Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Like with Tom, he gets
one. It's a black diamond chassis out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Is a B.J. Robinson. B.J. Robinson in the one machine. Here we go. Going green this time by 2 laps. Going to see who gets that quick time tonight at the Boothill Speedway. B.J. Robinson comes to the green flag. Here comes Tony Jackson Jr. Going to go to the top side diamond out of turns 3 and 4. See what he can do on lap number 1. Last night's quick qualifier, last night's feature winner. It's going to be a 13.932. 13.932. Lap number 1 for B.J. Robinson. 13.693. 13.693. Lap number 2 for Jackson. Can he set a better time? It is 13.723. 13.723. Right now, B.J. Robinson top of the board. Does he better on lap 2?
Clear. 1 to the infield, 56 clear, 1 to
great win, or great event last time here. He finished in the 2nd spot to Hunter Rasden. Also on the track in the Royal Oak Charcoal, Krigler Lumber, number 12, out of Alton, Missouri. It's Big Sexy Scott Krigler. So, not picking up times for the 6R of Robbie Stewart. Going to have to get that figured out. Here's Scott Krigler, though, going to try to set his first lap. Right now, B.J. Robinson at the top of the board. Cross the line, a 14.283. 14.283 for Krigler. Once again, something up with the transponder on Robbie Stewart. So, to get that one figured out. Here comes Scott Krigler for lap number 2. The Alton, Missouri native, Big Sexy. We'll go with 13.871. 13.87. John Mitchell wanting to get the win for the local guys. Chalk one up for the good guys, as they would say. Here comes Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. He's going to take the green flag. We'll see what happens here between the 21 and the 5. Billy Moyer going to go to the top side in turns 3 and 4. Let's see what he can do. Mr. Smooth cross the line, looking smooth on lap number 1. Top of the board at 13.673. 13.673. John Mitchell goes at 13.926, 13.926. Moyer on the top of the speedway once again. Can he better his time? He's at the top of the boards. 13.513, lap number 2 for Billy Moyer. And John Mitchell as well was Oval, also out on the speedway. He's a legend in the Louisiana area. He's in a black diamond chassis out of Greenwood, Louisiana, Luigi's Restaurant, number 11 of Ronnie Adams. Ronnie Adams in the 11 machine. So lap number 1 for Jesse Stovall. What is Stovall's first lap? 13.883. And lap number 1 for Ronnie Adams. Stovall a 13.783 on his second lap. Ronnie Adams a 14.226. And see if even Babs get one lap for the 6R machine. He'll come around and get the green flag this time by. Build up speed this time by. A black diamond chassis of Robbie Stewart, one to watch this evening. A multi-time qualifier for the Cop Cam Topless 100 at the Boothill Motor Speedway. He's going to get way up in the loose stuff in turns 1 and 2. That's going to slow him down a little bit. We'll see what the lap time is here for Robbie Stewart. A 14.202, 14.202. And the O'Reilly Auto Parts RV and Collision Repair Black Diamond Chassis 5C out of Bossier City, Louisiana's Brad Couch. Here we go, Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley, Brad Couch, your next 2 cars on the speedway. Lap number 1 for Mo Bags. What was it? Oh, yeah. We're on the green flag. Mo Bags going to go to the bottom. We've seen everybody pretty much running the top thus far. Morgan Bagley at 14.212, 14.212. Track may be slowing up just a little bit. Brad Couch says, nah, man, I'm going to the top side. Loose stuff almost into the wall. That's going to be a slow lap. That'll put him at the bottom of the board. A 15.376 that time by Morgan Bagley, 14.160. 14.160. Track definitely slowing down as of right now. See if they can develop a different groove, try to figure something out on this track. A lot of guys left to Kale Kasiski, and then behind him in the Nutrient Ag Solutions Armor Seed, Mesilla Valley Trucking, number 21 Junior to Batesville, Arkansas. It's Smooth Jr., the black diamond chassis of Billy Moyer Jr. Kale Kosiski turning his first laps here at the Boothill Speedway. Billy Moyer Jr. has ran a couple events here. He's going to be one to watch. Both of them take the green flag. So lap number 1 for Kale Kosiski. He's going to go right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. A little bit different line than we've seen thus far. 15.985. 15.985. Here comes Billy Moyer Jr. now. Smooth Jr. 10th quick, a 14.294, 14.294. Kale Kasiski trying to figure something out in that 35 machine all the way from Moraleston, Nebraska. A 15.544, 15.544. Moyer Jr. gets a little loose at turn number 4. He'll keep his first lap as lap number 2 for Moyer Jr. The Krigler Timber Royal Oak Charcoal number 12 out of Alta, Missouri. It's Little Sexy Sawyer Krigler. And then also out on the Speedway out of Bossier City, Louisiana, the F1 machine of Brett Frazier. Brett Frazier in the Pierce Platinum chassis. As Brett Frazier comes around to collect the green flag. This is lap number 1 for Sawyer Krigler. Made his first ever Cop Cam Super Series feature event last night in that 12 machine. Sawyer Krigler, a 14.963, 14.963 lap number 1. Brett Frazier goes to 11th quick, a 14.440, 14.440. Here comes Sawyer Krigler once again to the middle of turns 3 and 4. He goes up 15.032 on lap number 2. Brett Frazier, also out there, ended up on his roof last night in a Rocket XR1 chassis, the 52 machine of Brandon Hightower. Brandon Hightower in the B52. As Hollywood Timothy Cole comes around to collect the green flag, here comes Hightower to the green flag as well. So 2 time laps once again. 14 cars so far timed in. Look to figure out who's going to be quick time this evening. 11 cars left to go. Lap number 1 for Culp. It's a 14.210, 14.210. Brandon Hightower going to complete lap number 1. He goes to 7th quick, a 14.001, 14.001. Lap number 2 for Hollywood Timothy Culp. He goes up the board 8th quick, a 14.071, 14.071. Brandon Hightower to the top of the speedway once again. Going to keep his first in the season for the Cop Cam Super Series. Any driver can win on any night. Here's Zach McMillan. They're going to get their one warm-up lap. And we'll figure out their times from there. Lap number 1 for Zach McMillan. Going green this time by. He's going to go turn off deep into turns 3 and or turns 1 and 2 on the top of the racetrack. Rittman also going to go to the top of the track for turns 1 and 2. Let's see what Zach McMillan's going to go to the middle in turns 3 and 4. Slides up the speedway just a little bit. Going to carry his momentum across the line. He goes to 14 quick, a 14.625, 14.625. Brian Rickman, he goes up the board to 7th quick, a 13.969, 13.969 for Rickman. McMillan, lap number 2, going to try to better for the hometown crowd. He goes a 14.551, lap number 2, goes Supermotor, and he's giving it all he's got. Next car on the speedway behind him had some tough luck last night, the Honeycutt Sand and Gravel number 75 out of Willis Point, Texas. the Black Diamond chassis of Patrick Daniel. David Payne starts his first time lap. Daniel building up speed through turns 3 and 4. Gets a little sideways, but he will start his 2 times lap here for Cop Cam Super Dirt Series time trials. Payne up into the loose stuff in 3 and 4. Going to struggle to get back down. That's going to hurt him. Lap number 1 for Payne, a 15.908. Lap number 1 for the 75. Patrick Daniel, 14.524, 14.524. David Payne, quicker lap number 2, 14.981, 14.981. And lap number 2 for Pat. And the Victoria Cola County Bennett Tractor Parts Ace Sign Company, number 2, Rocket XR1 chassis to win Arkansas. It's Charlie Cole. So Charlie Cole and Chad Mallett, your 2 on the speedway right now. 3 more cars left after them to take the time trials, including last year's feature winner of this event, Hunter Rasden. Lap number 1 for Chad Mallett, a 14.854, 14.854. Charlie Cole, 16th quick, a 14.509, 14.509. Lap number 2 for the Rocket chassis of Chad Mallett, 14.989. Out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, it's Hunter Rasden. Behind him had a great run going, had gotten up to the 4th spot before contact kind of fell back to the 12th position. And the Mark Martin Automotive Spartan Mowers Nutrient Ag Solutions, number 77 in Batesville, Arkansas. It's the Duck Whisperer, Gavin Landers. Hunter Rasden puts it on the cushion in turns 3 and 4. Rasden trying to pick up where he left off last time. He ran here at the Boothill Speedway. Lap number 1 for Hunter Rasden, a 14.416, 14.416. Landers a 14.646, 14.646. Rasden lap number 2 looking to go better. It's a 14.327, 14.327. Gavin Landers lap number 2. Out of Truman, Arkansas, former two-time champion of this series, it's the silent assassin, Kyle Beard. Beard helping to widen the track out quite a bit, see what he can do in that 86 machine. He goes to the green flag. Beard going to go to the top side in turns 1 and 2. Kyle Beard head of steam down the back straightaway. Got to wonder what the track's doing right now. They've already moved around quite a bit. Started on the bottom, moved to the middle. Now we're back up to the top. Lap number 1 for Kyle Beard. Kyle Beard goes to 7th quick, a 13.825. Back to the top of the track once again. Can Kyle Beard get quick time?
But whoever might be having a cold one, he's got some koozies. Folks, y'all know what to do when this man climbs out of the car. Owner of 837 career victories out of Batesville, Arkansas. DrivingTheCarCity.com, number 21. Missouri Valley Transportation entry. Here for the first time in quite some time, it's Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer, New Vision Race Graphics Fast Time Award winner. Billy, it's been a few years since you've been here to the legendary Oval, but it's got to feel pretty good to get back, especially when you see a crowd like that.
Yeah, I got to have a crowd, so hope we can finish off the night the way it starts.
What do you remember about this place?
It's been a long time since I've been here. You know, everybody says last time I was here was when it was longer. I don't really remember. I think it was the long one, but you know, so far it looks like we're gonna have a good race. You know, the thing has got a little bit of a top and the bottom both, and you know, run through the middle a little bit and just see what happens here. You know, I haven't been here so long, and just make some laps and try to adjust on the car, hopefully, and all turn out good. Just like to thank the Mark Martin Automotive Group for this Fast Time Award. So that's all helps us get up and down the road.
Been a few races since 1990. I believe it was the last time you were here was 1990.
It was 90. That makes me old.
Hey, you know, you're still good as you once were, and still good as you ever were. So congratulations to you on the Fast Time Award, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Give it up for, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer in 21. Your first heat of the night here at the legendary Boothill Speedway. Glenn Lindsay, Big Sexy in the number G25, the People's Dirt Track Champion. Kelly Lockie in the 14, Josh Daughtery in 34 Junior. And we're underway and on demand on RaceOnTexas.com as they head off into one for the first time tonight. I'll do a better job on those lineups the rest of the night. So down the back straightaway, I assume that it's Rossum who has the race lead as they approach turn number 3 in 92. Funderburg holding off the 5 of Paul Lopez for second on the opening few laps here. top 3 cars should be going to the main event tonight. Make my way back upstairs here. So it is, in fact, Andrew Rossman of New Boston, Texas, out front in the Hathaway towing-in collision. Number 92 will receive the white flag this time. Paul Lopez fending off Funderburk for second. He'll hold on to it. Nicholas Kirby up to fourth. Kirby, a feature race winner at the Rose Bowl Speedway, Winona, Texas a year ago, holding off the one-star Cameron Furr. Lockie back in the 6th spot. Final time through turns 3 and 4, a winner at 67 Texarkana Speedway on a Friday night last August. Andrew Rossman scores the win. Freddie Blanchard inside of 3 in the number B7 car. Cowboy Richard Blanchard and the bootlegger, or in the Wild Child race car number 45. They're 2x2x2 all the way to the tail here. Wild Factory Stock Racing open up the night here at the legendary oval down the back straightaway. They try to go 4 wide down the back straightaway. Had to think better of it there. Got bottled up going 4 wide at the midpoint of the back chute as Tony Lindsay has to surrender the top spot to the Colt 45 of Rasco, the reigning track champion, as they head off into turns 1 and 2. And off of 2 down the back straightaway. Doing a fine job of keeping the green flag out. Come on, driver, don't do this. So down the boulevard they come off of turn number 4. The top 3 skating away from the rest of the field here. Blanchard now receiving pressure from last year's top qualifier, the 10,000 win King of the Hill. It's Big Bad Bowden, Travis Bowden, and the bootlegger race car built by James Griffin with the PTS power underneath the hood down the back straightaway. And off of 4, down the boulevard they come. Justin Whitehead, the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, is in this one, and you knew that he was going to show his cards, and he'll throw it down to the inside of the Wild Child race car number 45 of Blanchard for the 4th spot, as Whitehead, the 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, punches the time clock. He goes to work. He'll dispose of the 45 and put him back to the 5th position. Off of 4, the battle for second's heating up, as Justin Whitehead doing 36J type things here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight. He has his work cut out for him. He's going to have to come to the tail as we're doing a straight up take them as they finish. No passing points on hand here tonight. A pair of 10,000 win events in the Arklatex this season and a couple of 5 grands. And that's why you see such a large field of competitors in this division on a week-to-week basis getting tuned up for those big events. The Cajun Classic at Gene Borders Arklatex Speedway always won the circle on the calendar, as Dean Rasco has thrown the keys on the counter and checked out. About a 5-car length advantage as he exits off at turn number 2 with his sights set on turn number 3 as we tick-tock the race clock. Down the back straightaway, the 1 of Tony Lindsay holding off the 27 of Greenwald still, as Greenwald had a 3rd place performance last night at the Showtime Speedway. Down the boulevard they come once again with the white flag out over Dean Rasco. Whitehead knocking on the back door of the 27 of Greenwald. He'll try to walk through the threshold, and he'll pull even to the inside of him. Greenwald's outside line momentum works to his advantage. Whitehead will go to the top side. What a wheelman this dude is. Off of 4, down the boulevard, and Whitehead's not going to steal it. He gets the door slammed shut right in front of his face. Chris Davis. It looks like Chris Davis on the outside pole in car number 98. Chris Davis out of Crandall, Texas. 15 wins a couple of seasons ago. That is Chris. So the Wild Child race car number 88M, that will be Joshua Martin out of Colfax, Louisiana. And he tried to go fit it and go 3 wide there. It's a log jam. Damn. And here comes Sean Graham. Graham with 4 wins here since 2008. Got his first one since 2016 last season, as he won here to limited that year and as well as in the factory stock. Had a barn burner with Alex Williams coming down to the wire here last July. As he holds on to the 5th spot, goes to work on the back bumper to the number 88M for 4th of Joshua Martin. Neil Kemp, your pole sitter, fading back, in the 2nd spot. Lap traffic hurt me there a little bit, but into 1. Lap traffic becoming a factor just slightly there as Neil Kemp takes a stab back to the inside of the Crandall, Texas racer. Davis for the race lead. Into turn number 3. Neil Kemp knocking on the back door. Rolling right through the center lane of the Boothill Speedway here in heat race action. Heat race number 3 for the factory stocks. As they hustle off into turns 1 and 2. Cody Myers out of Bossier City was turned the wrong direction, as well as the 2 of Garen Lindsay, as Neil Kemp takes a stab. 4-way car breakaway for the lead right now here in Greenwood. On demand on raceontexas.com. Every thrill and spill and every burn and turn, every lap of the action all season long right here at the Oval. It's a good one. Halfway in, 4 laps to go to settle the score. And you got a dandy brewing here, as Neil Kemp can't quite work with the advantage of that high side momentum for the 98 of Davis, who relegates him to 2nd. As they roll off of turn number 4 down the boulevard again, the 88M of Joshua Martin giving absolute hell to Sean Graham. Graham says, "Get out of my house." He'll roll it back into 1 to dispose of the 88M, but he'll try it again as Neil Kemp taking a stab again for the race lead. Neil Kemp to the inside for the race lead. Oh boy, and up in smoke, pop goes the weasel for the 98 of Chris Davis. Unfortunate for the Crandall Texan as Joshua Martin gets in the slick stuff from the loss of that power plant, and his night will be done. And unfortunately for Crandall, Texas, that's what you like to see. Getting ready to relight the fires and get the party back started off of 4. Graham has a fast hot rod tonight. We'll see what he can do with it. Off of 4, we're back underway here at the hill. And Sean Graham just gave up the ghost. Or no, he didn't. I don't know. Maybe not. It certainly looked like the car lost power. The 21 right on the back straightaway wall like Sean White on a snowboard.
Yeah, I got it.
White flag out for Neil Kemp. And Sean Graham has lost power. That sign of smoke was definitely not a good one, and he'll go up out of the groove in 1 and 2. Tough break for Graham. As the final time through turns 3 and 4, heat race number 1 was won by 17-year-old Andrew Rossum tonight. Arkansas's Neil Kemp to victory lane in heat number 3. Rasco wins heat 2. My mistake. So 17-year-old Andrew Rossum won heat number 1. Dean Rasco wins heat number 2, and this time, I think the only car I missed inside of 3, that's John Laxton. A few I'm missing. Apologies in advance. It's tough sometimes. The 56 is Scotty Hushelpeck from the green, or from the pole position. He'll take the green. Again, on demand on Race on Texas. They hustle off into 1. Turner going to try to check. Oh, my goodness. And Laxton just took the whole field out into 1.
Hey, that's exactly what.
Well, sometimes you just call it like you see it, race fans, and the I believe it was the 9 car just drove in there like gangbusters and took them. So we lost 3 of them. Back underway off of 4 here at the hill. If you want to race, the hill's the place. The home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. On demand on Race on Texas. Dylan Duos has stepped his game up to a whole nother level. He'll hold on to the bridesmaids' honors. He'll get a shot in the shorts, though, down the back straightaway. Brandon Brown trying to thread the needle and walk through the threshold on the outside of the hill. He'll walk down the hill with a head of steam and some momentum. He'll take the 2nd spot away in 32. Duos relegated to the back to 3rd and 17 with Richards goes to work and tries to grab that spot in 4. 4-car rides 4th. Down the back straightaway, approaching turn number 3. It's all Scotty Hushelpeck singing his own song out front in 56. The Hooks Texan looking good tonight. limited here than we have factory stock. That's crazy.
Still, what, 30 factories?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to ask them what count they got.
What they said earlier.
It appears right now that Brandon Brown, two good friends that work out of the same shop in Hooks, Texas, out of the Outlaw Racing Stable, are going to settle this one between themselves. Brown rolls in here tonight with some confidence after last night's victory at 67 and holding back his good friend Justin Whitehead, the most dominant factory stock driver in the Mid-South. Down the back straightaway with his crosshairs down to the back bumper to the number 56 for the race lead. It's Brandon Brown going to work. Does he have enough time? It's one thing to get there, one thing to dispose of Hushelpeck, a very smart, a very smooth racer, and a versatile driver. Has cut his teeth many a Saturday nights here in Greenwood in an open wheel modified, now in a factory stock, and has been sparingly over the last several seasons. As Brown going to test the waters around the hub of the racetrack, washes up off of exit, it'll be 2 to go. Hushelpeck has to feel the pressure because here comes Brandon Brown. Tried it again on the bottom the same way he did 3 and 4 last time. Washed out with the front end. Just not a whole lot of dig and stick down there. And he'll go back to the comfortable spot and try to make up that ground. As the white flag comes out, the final quarter-mile trip around the Boothill Speedway Oval. Hushelpeck smooth. Fitting off a hard charge from the 32 of Brandon Brown. The pair of East Texas racers will go to the history books 1 and 2 in this one, with Duos, it looks like, will finish third as Hushelpeck crosses and scores the dub in 56.
Down the back straightaway, Comcam Superior Series season opening weekend at the Boothill Speedway. Gonna put on a show for you, the greatest fans in all of dirt racing. Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. Here we go. Mr. Smooth fires off, and we are green. Billy Moore gonna lead him into turn number 1. 3 wide at the line already for third. Here comes Stovall to the top of the racetrack. Hollywood Timothy Culp in the middle. Kyle Beard on the bottom. Now Culp gonna get sideways. Beard to third. Here comes Smooth Jr. Billy Moyer Jr. Ronnie Adams takes the both of them. He'll move to the 4th spot. Lap number 1. Billy Moyer gonna slide up the speedway. He'll lead it. Stovall second. Beard third. Timothy Culp 4th. Ronnie Adams 5th. Billy Moyer going back to the top of the racetrack. Once again, Stovall on the bottom. Strange to see him there. Hollywood Timothy Culp now to the outside of the Silent Assassin. Kyle Beard for the 3rd spot. Culp to the top of the track. Who would have thought Hollywood Timothy Culp already going to put a show on the cushion? He moves to the 3rd spot. 2 laps complete. 8 to go. 2 down, 8 to go. Down the back straightaway, Billy Moyer holds about a 4-car length advantage over Jesse Stovall. 4 back to Hollywood Timothy Culp. Car and a half back to the 86 of the Silent Assassin, Kyle Beard. Ronnie Adams clinging to the 5th and final transfer spot. But here comes Billy Moyer Jr. now. Billy Moyer Jr., the long drive from Batesville, Arkansas, trying to transfer his way in. He doesn't want to run a B-main this evening. Top 4 single file right now. Ronnie Adams goes to the top of the racetrack. Give Moyer Jr. the advantage in a turn number 3. Billy Moyer Jr. goes back to the bottom of the speedway. Goes right around the U tires. Ronnie Adams not letting him go. They make contact. Billy Moyer Jr. takes over the transfer position. You know Ronnie Adams is not going to forget that one. We're coming to the halfway point here. 4 laps complete, 6 to go. Jesse Stovall starting to catch Billy Moyer. 5 down, 5 to go. Here comes Hollywood Timothy Culp. Culp all over the back bumper. The Undertaker, Jesse Stovall. Culp eating up the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Stovall slides up the track, cuts off Culp. Car length and a half between their battle for second. Billy Moyer leads by 4 car lengths over Jesse Stovall. 6 laps complete, 4 to go. 6 down, 4 to go. Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. Timothy Culp giving a shot to the 00 of Jesse Stovall. Going to try to cross him over down the back straightaway. Hollywood Timothy Culp closes to within a half. Car length down into turn number 3. Culp throws it in deep in 3 and 4. Thought about the slider. Thinks better of it. Slides up the track. 7 down, 3 to go. 7 laps complete, 3 to go. Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. Mr. Smooth at the top of the racetrack. Kel Kosiski going to pull it to the infield. That'll do it for him and Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. May have to deal with lap traffic of Chad Mallett now. Timothy Culp may have played his car just a little too early. Might have worn out the tires. 8 down, 2 to go. 8 laps complete, 2 to go in this one. Right now, single file on the top of the racetrack. Billy Moyer Jr. being stalked by Ronnie Adams. Adams did not forget. He wants that transfer spot. He's just about 3 car lengths off the bit. 21 Jr. Billy Moyer Jr. White flag in the air. Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. Billy Moyer Jr. Billy Moyer going to have to deal with the 92 of Mallett. Here comes Stovall now. Moyer going to cut down the racetrack. He'll get by the lap car down into turn number 3. Stovall going to be caught up a little bit. Stovall takes one last shot at it. Not able to get there. Your winner of Black Diamond Chassis Heat Race number 1. The Henderson Motorsports, Carl Chevrolet, Mesilla Valley Trucking, Victory Circle Chassis. Out of Batesville, Arkansas, seeking win 838. It's Mr. Smooth. Biller Lumber, number 12, Royal Oak Charcoal, Patriot Race Engines, Longhorn Chassis. 8 cars once again here in P&W Sales Heat Race number 2. Top 5 transfer. Everybody else to be named. BJ Robinson gets us started. 4 wide already for second. Not a great start for Rickman. Rickman falls all the way to 5th already. Down the back straightaway, but a caution will come out. Not going to like the start. And for good reason there. We were 4 wide for 1. Columbus, Mississippi's Brian Rickman. Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley out of Gladwater, Texas. So 4 states represented, 4 cars, top 2 rows. BJ Robinson sets the pace, fire off. Green flag. P&W Sales Heat Race number 2 is underway. Krigler going to go to the top side. BJ Robinson on the bottom. Robinson might be stuck, but here comes Krigler with a head of steam. Big Sexy to the outside of B.J. Robinson for the lead. Who's going to lead lap number 1 here in P&W Sales Heat Race number 2? Zach McMillan off the pace over in turn number 3. He'll keep it going. B.J. Robinson leads lap number 1. 1 down, 9 to go. Here comes Scott Krigler on the top side once again. Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley rolling around the bottom. Brian Rickman, Robbie Stewart putting on a battle for the 4th spot. Caution comes out. 1 lap complete, 9 to go. Problems for Zach McMillan. The Kilgore, Texas native on a show for you. B.J. Robinson going to set the pace. The Bossier City, Louisiana native, with 9 laps to go in P&W Sales Heat Race number 2. And we are back under green. Bad start for Krigler. Mo Bags moves into the 2nd spot. B.J. Robinson rolling around the bottom of the speedway. Morgan Bagley following right around soon. Robbie Stewart gets shuffled on back. He's on the outside looking in now. B.J. Robinson goes back to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Followed by Mo Bags. Brian Rickman now going to move to the top of the racetrack. Loves to run the cushion in his home state of Mississippi. First time in 20 years that he has been here at the Boothill Speedway. Right now he's got Hunter Rasdin looking to his inside for that 4th spot. Right now those will be your top 5 transfers. It's B.J. Robinson with 3 laps complete. Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley, Scott Krigler, Big Sexy, runs in the 3rd spot. Brian Rickman 4th. And the R5 of Hunter Rasdin runs in the 5th spot. Robbie Stewart on the outside looking in. Sawyer Krigler as well. Stewart starting to stalk the R5 of Hunter Rasdin. 4 laps complete, 4 down, 6 to go. 4 laps complete, 6 to go. B.J. Robinson leads by about 4 car lengths, make it 5 down the back straightaway over Morgan Bagley. It's a half straight back to Scott Krigler. 3 car lengths back to Brian Rickman. 4 back to the R5 of Hunter Rasdin. 2 car lengths back to the 6R of Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart's on a rail. He's coming. 5 down, 5 to go in P&W Sales Heat Race number 2, the Cockyam Super Dirt Series presented by Lucas Oil. B.J. Robinson back to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. The DP Contract and DP Motorsports number 1 Black Diamond Chassis rolling this evening so far. Now Scott Krigler, Brian Rickman battling out. Krigler closes the door on Rickman. Rickman can go back to the top of the speedway. He knows how to do it in Mississippi. Can he do it in Louisiana this evening? B.J. Robinson rolling around the bottom. Scott Krigler gets around the 90 of Rickman. Here comes Rasdin now. 6 laps complete, 4 to go. 6 down, 4 to go. Sawyer Krigler off the pace. He'll move it to the infield. That puts him out of contention. Actually, 8 laps complete, 2 to go. 8 laps complete, 2 to go. Down the back straightaway, it's all B.J. Robinson by 4 car lengths over Morgan Bagley. Almost 3/4 of a straightaway back to Scott Krigler. Rickman and Hunter Rasdin fighting it out. Does Robbie Stewart have enough time to get there? He's on the outside looking in. Only top 5 go to tonight's feature event. Rickman back to the top of the racetrack. Scott Krigler goes to the bottom. Rasdin gets around Rickman. Robbie Stewart going to have to make a late race charge if he's going to get there. Your winner of P&W Sales Heat Race number 2, the DP Motorsports DP Contracting number 1 of B.J. Robinson. What a battle for the 3rd coach. 8 cars, 10 laps. Once again, top 5 transfer. VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3, our 3rd and final heat race of the Copcam Super Dirt Series. Great start for Tony Jackson Jr. Already side by side for the 3rd spot, Brandon Hightower and the B1, the F1 of Brett Frazier. Not going to like the start, though. And he's starting in a transfer spot. See if he can hold on here. Top 5 transfer to the feature event. VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3 at the Boothill Speedway. Going green, turn number 4. Tony Jackson Jr., John Mitchell. Gonna throttle up. Here we go. Much better start. Tony Jackson Jr. gonna lead him in turn number 1. Brandon Hightower has the advantage on Brett Frazier. Catman goes to top side. He's gonna check up though. Brett Frazier all over his back bumper. Brandon Hightower, 3-car battle for the 2nd spot. Now throw Gavin Landers in there. Landers, 4 cars under a blanket for the 2nd position. Tony Jackson Jr. gonna lead lap number 1 of the VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3. Here comes the B52 of Brandon Hightower. Brett Frazier on the top side now. He'll look to the outside of Brandon Hightower into turns 1 and 2. Not able to get the run just yet. Hightower and the Catman John Mitchell fighting it out. Brett Frazier going to the cushion once again. 2 laps complete, 8 to go. 2 down, 8 to go. Brett Frazier moves into 3rd. He'll try to cross over the Catman now. They'll make contact. Frazier, a man on a mission, into 2nd. Almost gets in the wall in the backstretch though. Catman John Mitchell says, I got you, man. I'm going to go right back around you down the back straightaway. Now Frazier back to the cushion once again. And him and Catman John Mitchell putting on a show. John Mitchell on the bottom. Brett Frazier on the top. Frazier hooks the cushion. He's almost goes around. Gonna lose some ground on Catman John Mitchell. Luckily only slides to the 3rd spot. Here's Gavin Landers now. He sets his sights on the F1. He's currently in a transfer position. 4 laps complete. 6 to go. 4 down, 6 to go in this one. Down the back straightaway, it's all Tony Jackson Jr. Catman John Mitchell second. Brett Frazier getting a little loose. Here comes Gavin Landers. Gavin Landers in the Longhorn Chassis Nutrient Ag Solutions Spark-Marked Automotive Machine. And a battle for your fifth and final transfer spot. Little contact between the 75 of Patrick Daniel and the B52 of Brandon Hightower. Hightower bobbles on the top of the racetrack. Patrick Daniel now slides in the fifth and final transfer spot. 6 down, 4 to go. 6 down, 4 to go. VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3. Now John Mitchell still trying to hold off the 77 of Gavin Landers. Brett Frazier currently runs fourth. Patrick Daniel fifth. Now Landers the inside of Mitchell. He has the advantage in a turn number 3. Mitchell going to be stuck on the top side. 7 down, 3 to go. 7 laps complete, 3 to go. Brett Frazier on a slide. He's in the battle now for the 4th spot as Patrick Daniel, the Willis Point, Texas native, who had a great run going last night, almost won his heat race, trying to get a better starting spot in the night's feature event. 8 down, 2 to go. 8 laps complete, 2 to go. Gavin Landers clears the 5 of John Mitchell. Patrick Daniel will clear Brett Frazier. Does Brandon Hightower have enough time to get to a transfer spot? Coming around to the white flag, Tony Jackson Jr. has dominated all of this one. 1 lap remains in VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3. Gavin Landers second, John Mitchell third, Patrick Daniel fourth. Brett Frazier clinging to the 5th and final transfer spot. But your winner of VP Racing Fuels Heat Race number 3, he'll start inside row number 2 this evening. Last night's feature winner out of Lebanon, Missouri, the Merrill Bonding number 56 Longhorn Chassis of Tony Jackson Jr. Second place will go to the Longhorn Chassis Nutrient Ag.
So Tommy Davis Jr. steps to the outside and tries to go for the race lead in car number 25. And they roll off a 4 down the front boulevard here. With Jason Ingles, the owner and fabricator of Ingles Race Performance Chassis, they're doing a roll for the race lead. The youngster and the veteran racer Tommy Williams Jr. down the back straightaway as they approach turn number 3. Tupper fitting off Ingles, who has Williams flaked up top in 7cc. Halfway in, 4 laps to go this 8-lap affair. Williams loses the handle, and Tupper just get. Oh boy, Cliff Tupper just got by nearly unscathed, and unfortunately gets caught up in the caution flag. Will likely come out, and it does on the racetrack. In quite some time, one of the top flight limited modified competitors in the Mid-South. He'll have the race lead as they punch the time clock and go back to work here off of turn number 4. And Cliff Tupper cannot buy Lady Luck right now. As Nick Lent gets a big storming run to the outside of number 23 of Tupper for the second spot. Tupper still goes to work. He'll roll the hub and roll it well off of turn number 4. Then outside line momentum again, still working the advantage of Nick Lent as they head off into turns 1 and 2. And from Flint, it's Nick Lent and L51. He'll hold on and grab second. Or hold on to second anyway. The 23 of Cody Tupper, a feature race winner here a season ago, off of 4, 2 to go for Tommy Williams Jr. Limited modified action going at it hot and heavy. The former $5,000 winner of the Battle of Boothill and the Armadillo Nationals champion goes at it down the back straightaway and takes away the 3rd spot from Tupper, sliding up in front of the nose of him. And off of 4, the white flag is out for Tommy Williams Jr. Final time in turns 1 and 2. Racing Jason Ingles has a good bite down on the hub of the racetrack. He'll get on the throttle and separate himself about a half a car length over the youngster, Nick Lent. Final time through turns 3 and 4. Tommy Williams Jr. going to dominate in heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. Racing Jason Ingles still second. Number 20 IRP race car. Jody Davidson in car number 90 outside of 3. Austin Storm in the number 27 as they head off into 1 for the first time. Brent Tidwell, nice start for the number 20. Down in Corpus Christi, Texas at the South Texas Speedway for Stephen Whitaker Jr.'s big South Texas, or Jerry Whitaker Memorial, as Wilhelm leads lap 1. The right rear already rolled in for 36J. Here comes Whitehead up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. He'll smash the loud pedal in 36J. Putting that Chuck Priestley best in power plant to the test as he rolls into turn 3. Here comes Jaws off of turn number 4. He'll wash up the racetrack just a little bit, but he gets it corralled. He'll head down the boulevard. Hello, sit down, take a seat. The 30 of Joel Cuvion. Gonna roll down the inside. They're gonna go 3 different lengths wide for the race lead as they head off a 2 down the back straightaway. Cuvion loses a little bit of ground there. Here comes 36J. 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner Justin Whitehead gonna go to the point. Whitehead really loved the way that express race car felt last night at Texarkana, and it feels just equally as good tonight here at Boot Hill as he'll roll the top side of the hill and hammer the throttle off of turn number 4. Justin Whitehead singing his own song, marching to the beat of his own drum out front. And it's 36J. Halfway in, halfway to go, 4 and 4 laps to go. Hustling around the hub. Here comes Joel Cuvion. Last night's second place finisher to Neil Stanifer in the main event at Showtime Speedway. Cuvion rolling good, rolling well around the hub. Not upsetting the number 30 car, but Wilhelm too strong up top. An outstanding race right around us. Oh, look out. What a move by Joel Cuvion. Slam the door shut right in front of the face, and Wilhelm may not like it too much. All the while allowing the 4th and 5th place competitors of Davidson and Tidwell to close the gap. Into turns 1 and 2. Whitehead singing his own song to his own dance out front as the yellow flag waves for Laxton. Longview, Texas. Lights are back out. We're underway here in heat number 2. And some tough competitors here tonight. Here comes Cuvion trying for the race lead. Can't get the job done. Wilhelm storms off the exit of 2 and into turn number 3. Jody Davidson going to go 3 wide for 3rd through 3 and off of 4 as Cuvion takes a stab again to Whitehead for the race lead. Limited modifieds putting on a show tonight here at the Boothill Speedway. If you want to race, the hill's the place, and Cuvion's giving hell for it. Down the back straightaway for the final time in the turns 3 and 4. Joel Cuvion going to try to wrestle this one away. Here comes Cuvion to the inside for the race lead. Comes up short. Whitehead wins it. So Corey Neal in the white and green letter number C7 as the other 7, and Nick Gaines goes for a roll. On the limited modified, he won the factory stock main event. As we will turn the lights out and turn them back loose off of 4, we're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. Oh my. Lights are back out. We're underway for 8 laps to play. Here we go. Heading off into turns 1 and 2. As Ingles looking much better this time, a cleaner start. He'll dispose of the 7 of Gaines. He'll go to 2nd with his sights set on the K1 of Grigsby for the race lead. So Stephen Guidry out of Marksville, Louisiana will take us back to the stripe and get this one back on our way here at Boothill Speedway. And Ricky Ingles will not pull the fog hat. He'll pull the quick ride and try to pull a fast one on the number K1 of Guidry for the race lead. He'll wash up the racetrack, grasp the cushion, smash the throttle. Here comes Ingles down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Ricky Ingles, a very well-respected Wyoming veteran racer, the 60-year-old, will dispose in a tough break for the Marksville, Louisiana, Stephen Guidry, who exits. He'll not resurface, and we'll get another caution. We're back underway. Heading back off into turns 1 and 2. Corey Neal going to fight to the inside of Nathan Gaines. Down the back straightaway as they head off into turns number 3 and 4. And limited modifying. Heat race number 3 of the night here at the legendary quarter-mile oval right off of I-20 in Greenwood, Louisiana. The home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship, Boothill Speedway. Back at it for the first event of the 2019 campaign. And Ricky Ingles, after facing some adversity early in this one, being turned, but original restart saving his grace, is out front with the lead, marching to the beat of his own drum at car number 81. Oh boy. Michael King Jr. is going to learn. And again, a rookie on the limited mod outside in the black and red number 7. So the lights are going to go back out. Just a few laps to go in this one. Back into turns 1 and 2 on demand on raceontexas.com. And to 3. Look at the run. Michael King Jr. gets down the back straightaway. I'm telling you. Back off into turns 1 and 2. The best battle right here for the third spot as King Jr. just lost the handle on the 14 Jr. Walks the dog down to the infield. The 81 of Ingles out front with 2 laps to go this time by. Williams taking a stab underneath the 7 and 8 gains, and he's got it. Down the back. Woo! Had to check the throttle there. He about ended up back in the concrete. Final time in the turns 1 and 2, setting their sights down the back straightaway on turn number 3. Oh, Ricky Ingles all the time here in Greenwood, Louisiana, the place that he considers his home racetrack. Down the boulevard, he comes to the checker flag. Ingles dominates in 81. Second, we'll go to the 7 at Gaines. AC Penn out of Shreveport in the 5-star. Denny Gabar from Frankston in the 15. This is a murderer's row. Tough field of competitors. Jared Graves in the 121. Setting sights in turns 1 and 2 for the first time. 3 wide for second. Here comes the Marshall missile. Has to check the throttle. But nonetheless still able to hold, serve to the inside of B-17. Oh, look out. Right in front of the field goes Hood, and Grigsby had nowhere to go. Oh, my. So, Derek Grigsby in row number 2. With Brandon Ball to his outside. The lights are out. 8 laps. Here we go. Into 1. Hood as Grigsby tries to march down to the inside of the racetrack, dispose of the B-17. Factory stock B-main has been posted. My goodness. And Grigsby's fun meter is about to be pegged out through the roof tonight. Brand new car, brand new wrap, and he cannot buy himself some lady luck tonight. That's not how you want the night to go. As off of 4, here comes the freight train as the 15 has used the outside line momentum to his advantage of Denny Gabar. Last weekend's limited modified main event winner at Samuel Lee Sabert's Lone Star Speedway in Kilgore, Texas. Denny G rolling the night, baby. Into 3. Gabar going to roll the hub and roll it well as off of turn number 4, this time of the line. Grigsby giving a little shot in the shorts there to Richie Taylor, saying, dude, you're killing me, Smalls. Just can't seem to get around, as right now the battle for the race lead is heating up. Here comes the freight train. Oh, boy. Denny Gabar slammed the door shut right in front of his face. He says, get out of my house. Ball back in his home state of Louisiana tonight. The former Farmer Louisiana native and Spooky 50 winner at the Chatham Raceway, where he began cutting his teeth in limited modifieds when his career began back in 2009. Rolls the outside of the Boothill Speedway, and he rolls it with reckless abandon as he comes down the boulevard back into one with his sights set on the rear deck lid of the 15 for the race lead. Ball trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Here he comes down the back straightaway. Oh, baby. Brandon Ball giving a shot in the shorts. How you doing, Denny Gabar? Doing pretty good as the B-17 washes up the track with 2 to go. And a Donnybrook Bruin in limited modified heat race action. Heat number 4 of the night here at the legendary quarter-mile oval right off of I-20 here at the Boothill Speedway. Here comes the freight train from Farmerville. Brandon Ball rolling the outside, rolling it well. He's got something cooking. And the B-17 going to pull halfway to the outside door panel. The number 15 lap traffic may become a factor and come into play here. Final time off of 2. Ball going to have to tuck in behind the lap car. Look out! Goodness gracious. And the lap traffic kills a fantastic, what would have been a great finish. Is off of 4 for the final time. Denny Gabar going to hold on at 15. Three wide for second in the turns 1 and 2. The 87, a throwback throwback scheme to Papa Ray Ingles. Outstanding, a legendary car. He picked up the win last night at Showtime Speedway after he led and dominated the first half of the main event last Friday night down in Manny. And Chase Hatton, who was coming on strong at the end of the 2018 season in his open wheel modified, acquired this car after a trade, and boy, he about got parked into the backstretch wall. So Tim Eves gets disposed of, coming to the checkers by the number 87 of...
I should trick the fans on this rating.
Welding McDonald sponsor number 27. He's in the cam chassis built by Chase Allen. Either So that'll be the 5A of Mike Jordan. Mike Jordan, the number 5A, as they hustle off of 2 and set their sights down the back straightaway on turn number 3. Robbie Hickman rolling down to the inside in car number 39 right now. Beasley up top as they go to work off of 4 down the boulevard. DuPont sliding up in front of the nose of him in the 57. Chad DuPont, baby, looking good tonight in 57. His first time, to my knowledge, behind the wheel of a Pro Mod car. Into 3 as the Gentle Giant Beasley rolls into his inside in car number 16 off of 4. right now looking good up front. Although it looks like maybe getting some company here. With 4 in and 4 laps to go, Chad DuPont may have the best hot rod of the bunch. As he'll storm his way into turns 1 and 2 in the number 57 car. DuPont looking strong. Oh boy. And the Giant has more than a gentle problem. He's cooking the heels on the pedals of that number 16, and he knows that he's going to have to pull it down the infield, and he's got to be absolutely dejected. Tough break for the Bees knees, Jason Beasley. Heartbreak for the 16 of Beasley. Doesn't deserve that. Tough break. Down the boulevard into 1, 2 laps to go for the 25 of the Benton Bullet, Josh Bauckham in 25. Washburn trying to find a lane off of 4. Great battle here. Off of 4, down on the wire with 2 laps to go. DuPont has set sail and left the rest of the field in his dust as the 25 is done to him. Down the back straightaway, Washburn finally prevails for that 3rd spot. To the white flag comes Bauckham now. Final trip in the turns 1 and 2 for the driver out of Benton, Louisiana. And the Total Custom Carbs and Dyno number 25 out of Benton, Louisiana. Bauckham ended 2018 with a victory. He'll open up at Boothill tonight with a heat race victory. Off of turn number 4, it's Josh Bauckham in 25, your winner of heat race number 2 of the night for the Pro Mods. Followed by Chad DuPont in 57. And Mike Washburn will soon hereafter cross underneath as he was bottled up in that one. Ben Smiley going to sit on the pole, and it's up to him to get them underway and underwork. Off of 4, they're underway into 1. Doug Vick Jr. running away all by his lonesome. The Vivian, Louisiana, the 4V, the Vicks paint and body entry. Jeff Rice had the corral, the Jay's Lawn Care number 2 car. The Vivian racer got a little cattywampus there, sidestepped out from underneath him in the number 2. Alpha 4 down the boulevard. The 4V comes underneath the stripe. We'll see 4 in and 4 laps to go in this 8-lap affair for the Pro Mods. 3rd and final Pro Mod heat of the night here at the legendary Boothill Speedway. Final trip around the racetrack. Boy, Doug Vick Jr., if he had 2 more laps, he might lap the whole field in a heat race. He'll come around and get a face full of checker flag. Doug Vick Jr. out of Vivian, dominant, just where he left off in 2017 and 18. Now on the front stretch he comes with the C2 Can Solutions entry of Shaw, who grabs the 2nd position in Pro Mod heat race number 3. So 4 cylinders on the racetrack, looking to wind down these heat races here on the first portion of this event on this dirt track Saturday night. A beautiful night here in Greenwood, Louisiana, just off of I-20 here in Greenwood. Off of 4, it'll be Collier out front with the lead. The youngster, the 15-year-old down the boulevard into 1, has the race lead over the 1. The son to Eddie Collier, a mini stock ace and champion around the Arklatex for quite some time in the mid-90s to the early 2000s.
He said they drew a 3.
Down the front straightaway they come. Oh, boy. Last night's winner at Showtime Speedway in Manny, Louisiana, Brittany Shireen back in the saddle again of the Triple X. Miss Triple X down the back straightaway trying to work and grab the third spot away. She enters turn number 3. So Sean Graham having bad luck tonight. I believe he popped the power plant maybe. And so all he can do is sit back and watch his lady go to work here, and she had a pretty good run going into the Triple X, up to 4th, trying for 3rd down the back straightaway. Mark Wittig in the number 1 car. That might be like a Volkswagen Rabbit. Off before the 3 wide. Oh my! On the front straightaway. I don't even know what car that is. Is it 3C?
No, she just took the 1.
Oh boy! A shot in the shorts. He's able to corral it. That's what's kind of fun about these front-wheel drive cars. It's kind of hard to spin these bad boys out.
Yeah, that's a 3.
BC. That's Eddie Brewer before. Anyway, Eddie Brewer got something brewing there. Into turn number 3. A lap car shouldn't play a factor here as Collier is set sail out front, and he'll come to the white flag or the checkered flag this time by, and he'll dominate in the number 14, using lessons learned from his father. So Kevin Peace will grab the 4th spot. It feels like to get on a racetrack. David Vosbury. Man, what's his name? Is it David? David Vosbury, 13-year-old youngster out front. Oh my goodness gracious! A hard flip in turns 1 and 2.
That tries to drive away.
I don't think he meant to do. A wild crash in turns 1 and 2. It looked like Kevin Peace maybe, or James Peace rather. Job on one of these cars, by the way. You just drive that sucker down to the bottom of the hill and wash up the track with the front end. You look like you're pushing like a dump truck. Nonetheless, is Vosbury going to get us back underway with Jason? There's the last name for you there, Wesley. Pelakakis. Jason has his pair of khakis ready in the 1.
I could probably say it better than.
Yeah, when you look at it, nobody is able to get it. The young man who sits up in the flag stand with a good friend Kenny Crawford up at Arklatex Speedway. Pretty good little flagman, but he's a pretty good little race car driver too. Wyatt Williams and the easy one. Using lessons learned from his father Cliff, rolling in 3rd into turn number 1, although the back bumper of Pelakakis for 2nd. Oh boy, that was close. The drifter Toby Davis out of Rodessa, Louisiana, and that baby blue number 21D trying to do something there with Adrian Kennington in the 6K, who rides in 4th. Big Mike Hudson of the 199 mired at the tail here, not where he typically finds himself in that Mazda 3, and that rotary power number 199. Into 3, Wyatt Williams sizing up your 2nd place driver of Pelakakis. Wyatt will continue to try it. Comes up short again as a 60 keeping him at bay in that Dodge Neon. As Vosbury maybe having the best performance of his young racing career out front. We just saw Peace take a wild flip into turns 1 and 2. Speaking of flips, this young man here in the 00 took a nasty roll over the top of turns 1 and 2 last September and took a lot of folks' breath away. God be the glory, he was okay and able to talk about it as well later on that night. But the white flag will be coming out this time by for a dominant performance for the youngster. As Michael Hudson coming on strong here late, he'll drive the 199 as the Wyatt Williams gives a shot in the shorts to Pelakakis. Vosbury, if he's looking out the rear view, he's going to see him come across, and he's dominated. I imagine that their brothers, son of Chad, Austin DuPont, has been in this class. He starts on his back bumper there in the number 57 car. John Lafitte in car number 29, the green number 29, riding in 2nd on the opening lap here, 4-cylinder heat race number 3 of the night here at the Boothill Speedway. Oh boy, he's going to drive it deep off into the corner, about end up on I-20. It's little Mike Hudson. And old Mikey's got he's driving like a bat out of you know what down the back straightaway into turn number 3. But hey, he's done it nicely. He's done it cleanly. He hadn't even bumped. He ain't even given anybody a little right side romance yet off of 4. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Hello, how you doing, Luke DuPont? He ain't doing too good anymore there, bud. Oh, the tempers would flare a little bit, like the pure stock class in 2000 or something out here. Woo, boy, it'd heat all the way up and get wild. Teammates just banging doors, doing all kind of wild stuff. Anyway, that was in This Is Now on a beautiful night. Boy, look at this thing. This class is a trip, I'm telling you. Down the back straightaway, John Lafitte takes advantage of Hudson, and Hudson says, oh, and there it is, folks. He says, I got you one, sir. This is too much. This is too much. And Keith Parker shakes the stick at him and says, no, sir. All that other stuff is a different story, I guess.
Factory last chance, 1 to staging.
Factory stock last chance qualifier number 1 to the staging area. Factory stock last chance qualifier to the staging area. Oh, boy, into 1.
Oh, here we go.
This is unbelievable. The green stays out. A survival of the fittest 4-cylinder heat race. How bad do you want it? How bad do you need it? And Mike Hudson had the fastest car, but he'll hit pit side. He might even be laughing a little bit. All righty, race fans.
Oh, boy, he's broken.
And that old Chevy Cavalier ending up like a lot of them did, just regularly on the highway.
Hey, Chevy Cavaliers can go about 300,000 miles and not even give a lick.
They might.
You hear us.
Number 29, that's spray paint, sir. The 57 of DuPont. All right, he's ready to go. I guess they better go. Off of 4, we're back underway. If Lavosphere, I'm not sure, it's kind of strange for him to lose power like that out front and then.
Have you watched the 05's car when he was on the front?
Nuh-uh.
That right rear dude. You gotta watch the 05.
It's probably vibrating him. Into 3, we got a good one brewing. Austin DuPont going to ride it through the middle lane of the Boothill Speedway with the white flag coming out this time by. Lafitte gets disposed of quick, fast, and in a hurry. And now Lavosphere on his march way back to the front. He says, I got to get back with his mind. Look out. Oh, boy. It's got close down there. I'm telling you, it's like a scene from Animal House out here. It's messier than an 80s food fight. Off of 4 to the checkers. DuPont going to score the victory.
That's why my mic didn't turn up, dude. I'm turning you way up.
Yeah, I'm on.
I've been turning it steadily, turning it up.
Yeah,
That ain't good.
You're on 3.
So we're underway off of turn number 4 here at the Boothill Speedway in B main number 1 for the factory stocks. Top 4 to the main event. We got trouble down the front straightaway. Glenn Lindsay. The People's Auto Repair entry of Josh Daughtery and 34 Jr. Doug Vick Jr. from Vivian, Louisiana. Boy, you got a strong field of guys here in the B main. But when you got as tough a field as we have checked in to do battle tonight, that's exactly what you're going to get. And we'll see who's got the right stuff in this B main event. Down the back straightaway right now, they're door-to-door for the race lead. It's the 1-star affair of Cameron Furr. As they go door-to-door, Myers and Furr door-to-door, 2 good friends. The East Texas racer going to surrender the top spot to the Bossier City native Myers. As here comes Lockie. Kelly Lockie, who is set to run full-time this year with the Elite non-wing sprint cars and back in the saddle of a non-winger this year. Actually, his first full season in a non-wing car. Doesn't have any prior experience. As a caution flag will wave here at the hill in B-Main number 1. A lot of good cars in here that don't typically find themselves in a B-Main event on another dirt track Saturday night. They'll get what they can get out of these hot rods and look to go main event racing. Only the top 4 will go to it. They set the pace back ready to play into turns 1 and 2. Right now they're going to go 3 wide for the 4th and final transfer spot. And into 3 and off of 4. They're 1 by 2. Or 1 by 2 off of turn number 4 down the front boulevard. Furr trying to fight back to the outside of the 34 Junior. And then make a little slight kiss of contact. A little bit of right side romance off of turn number 2. Setting the sights down the back straightaway. Josh Daughtery rolling like a big dog tonight. He's got that forward power screaming. He'll step it to the outside of that Osborne race engine or race chassis off of 4. He'll go to work now and punch the time clock on Lockie. He brought his stamps. He'll send it into 1. Furr now filling himself. He'll go back to the inside of the 34 Junior. Can't get the job done. As Lockie still able to fend off the 34 junior of Daughtery for second. As Myers feeling comfortable, feeling good about himself up front with the lead. Cody Myers feeling pretty good tonight here at his home racetrack down the back straightaway. Mentioned a moment ago, the young man began his racing career at 15 years of age down the road at the old Champion Park Speedway, formerly the Webster Speedway. And unfortunately now defunct since 2011. As now this young 23-year-old racer down the back straightaway may receive company from the 4 of the 14 of Tyler, Texas racer Kelly Lockie. But here comes the Ford. The Ford is barking tonight. And Daughtery may have the best hot rod of the bunch. Matter of fact, I don't believe there's a whole lot of doubt about it. Watch Josh. He's able to ride right through the center of the corner, get back on the throttle. Soon, here he comes. Lockie, though, using that momentum from that lane about a half a lane higher on the racetrack. Down the boulevard they come again into turn number 1. Lockie nose to tail behind the 55 of Myers. He'll take a stab. Won't work. The battle for the 4th and final transfer spot is heating up. Doug Vick Jr. that time. Gonna have to drive the car really deep. If there was any kind of cushion to grab, it's too far out. As Furr able to get away out of the clutches of the 4 of Vick Jr. now. So feeling a little bit more comfortable, but he has no idea the separation that he has put on Vick Jr. White flag is out. Vick Jr. is going to have to throw a Hail Mary. Into 1 and 2 for the final time. Myers driven a flawless race to this point of this event down the back straightaway into turn number 3 for the final time. Out of Bossier City, Louisiana, fending off Tyler, Texas racer Kelly Lockie and Josh Daughtery. Cody Myers scores it in 55. Last weekend at Lone Star in his white number 81. He's in this brand new laser race car, black number 81. That's Ricky Ingles, of course. Gary Lipscomb and the number 19 trying to get back to victory lane here at Boothill in quite some time. Travis Bowden, last year's overall top qualifier after passing points on night 1 of the 10,000 win King of the Hill. Only the top 4 go to the main event tonight, race fans. It should be a good one, as Ingles going to dispose of Lipscomb, or try to anyway. Around the bottom of the racetrack, he'll send him back to 4th in the 19 car, and he'll get disposed of at the line by the 11 of Bowden as well. Oh boy, Ingles up in heavy smoke into 1. A power plant. Yikes. Constant factor anyway, the 81 of Ingles is Richards will inherit the race lead. 4 go to the main event, only the top 4. Back underway into turn number 1. Blanchard in that Wild Child race car. Got to flirt to the inside of the bootlegger race car. Bowden. Big bad Travis Bowden rolls to the 2nd spot in car number 11. Rolling good. I believe he started this one in 7th. The battle for the transfer spots heating up. Dylan Adams behind them. Only can watch in the 248, but he'll throw his hat into the ring. The 19 of Lipscomb has it, but he just got really cattywampus off the exit of 2. And hard luck for Lipscomb. He has a tire down.
Where he finishes, it's 5 cars.
In the turns 1 and 2. The top 3 skating away from the rest of the competition. It's a 3-way takeover for the lead right now.
There's just like 2 drivers here I don't recognize.
Here comes Bowden taking us down to the inside for the race lead. Halfway in, halfway to go. Factory stock B main event, number 2 here at the Hill. Bowden flirting to the inside, or trying to, the 4 of Richards, who holds him back. The battle for transfer is heating all the way up as well. The 248 of Dylan Adams has not won here since 2010. And the 248 car rolling down to the inside of Matt Owings, making his first start here at Boot Hill, to my knowledge. Gets disposed of at the flag stand. Time is running out. The center of the hourglass evaporating as Dylan Adams going back to the inside for the 4th and final spot. Into 3. And off of 4 to the line. The 4 of Richards separates himself, feels comfortable about it as the 11 got really loose off of exit. Look out. Oh, boy. A little respect shown there. Some give and take shown by the 45 of Blanchard, who could have about parked the 11 car into turn 1. Boy, they racing hard, aren't they? Travis Bowden in the bootlegger race car built by James Griffin, and the 45, a former bootlegger race car chassis competitor, now in the Wild Child. B-main number 2 here for the factory stocks. Lost the hat there. Devin Richards leads them down to the stripe into turn number 1, back on the restart. Richards washes up the racetrack, opens up the door to the inside, down to the hub of the racetrack. Last year's top qualifier at the King of the Hill. Shocked a lot of people. Into 3, going 3 wide for the race lead. And washing up with the front end nearly. We'll see what happens as Blanchard throws all caution to the wind and throws her up top in 45. And his first night out in that new Wild Child chassis down the back straightaway, the Joel's Auto Sales number 45 is going to continue to roll the outside of the Boothill Speedway with reckless abandon. We'll see if it works to his advantage. The white flag coming out. If we get some cars to kind of roll it and we pack it in a little bit, I think it'll be, who knows. It is getting pretty far out there, though.
Yeah, he needs to go up there and catch the cushion. He's dropping
Exactly.
the cushion. That's what's hurting.
I think it's just too far, like off the backside. You can get a big run, but you lose so much momentum. Or ground, not momentum. Checkers out. Devin Richards fends off all comers in this one. The 11 of Bowden comes home with the second spot in car number 11.
And Kale Kasiski. Apparently my mouse is on the thing. Here we go. Caution lights out. Going green this time by Rocky Ronnie Adams. Sets the pace. Fires off. Here we go. Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action underway. Adams going to lead him in turn number 1. Robbie Stewart right there. And so here comes Brad Couch. Stewart right in front of Charlie Cole. Paula. But the caution lights out. Going to go green this time by Hoosier Racing Tire B-main, taking the top 5 tonight's feature event. Ronnie Adams sets the pace, fires off, green flag in the air, already making contact in the battle over the second spot. Robbie Stewart going to lead him into turn number 1. Here comes Charlie Cole, here comes Brad Couch. Cole and Stewart make a little bit of contact. Cole's going to slide on back. Here comes Chad Mallett now. He's on the 5th and final transfer spot. David Payne going to throw his nose up there. He'll go to the outside of Chad Mallett for the 5th and final transfer position. Robbie Stewart off the pace. 1 lap complete, 9 to go, 1 down, 9 to go. Robbie Stewart off the pace in turn number 1. That puts him out of contention. That moves David Payne into the 5th and final transfer spot. All right, Ronnie Adams going to lead the field. Hoosier Racing Tire B-main got 9 laps left in this one. He'll set the pace. Brad Couch 2nd, Charlie Cole 3rd, and Adams fires off. We're back underway. Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action for the Comcam Super Dirt Series presented by Lucas Oil. Adams going to roll the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Charlie Cole, Brad Couch going to jump out of the advantage. Here comes Chad Mallett. Chad Mallett, a 2-for-1 special, trying to get to the second spot. He gets by Cole. He's going to look to the inside of Couch. Mallett checks up a little bit, falls back into line. Here comes the coach, David Payne. Now Mallett sideways right in front of Charlie Cole. 2 laps complete, 8 to go. 2 down, 8 to go. Down the back straightaway, Ronnie Adams leads. Brad Couch 2nd, Chad Mallett 3rd. Battle for the 4th spot is Charlie Cole and David Payne. David Payne trying to see if there's anything up the track. Everybody's been running the bottom thus far, and he's holding his own with Charlie Cole. Now a little bit of the aerodynamics of that 2 machine might be off. He's got a lot of damage to his right front, but he will clear David Payne down the back straightaway. 3 laps complete, 7 to go. Make it 4 laps complete, 5 down, 5 to go, that is. 5 laps complete, 5 to go here in this one. Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action. Ronnie Adams leading the way, the rocket down the back straightaway. 68 years old, getting it done so far in this one. We're just past the halfway point, 6 down, 4 to go, 6 laps complete, 4 to go. Brad Couch currently runs 2nd. Oh, Mallett spins it in 3. Stands back on the throttle. That's going to put him out of a transfer position. Kel Kasiski moves in the 5th and final transfer spot. As we come around this time, 8 laps complete, just 2 remain. 2 laps remain in Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action. Now Brad Couch through the infield. White flag in the air, 1 lap remaining. Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action. Right now it's the Rocket Ronnie Adams leading the way. Charlie Cole currently runs in the 2nd spot. Brad Couch 3rd. David Payne 4th. Cole Kasiski runs 5th. And Chad Mallett on the outside again in 6th. But your winner of Hoosier Racing Tire B-main action out of Greenwood, Louisiana. 68 years old, driving it like he's a newcomer to the world. dominating. The age doesn't mean a thing.
Campaign. The young man just wanted to win one race, much less 11 of them, and he moved up already. This young man, I believe, is going to be a future or have a bright future in our sport. He said that he eventually wants to race full-time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And I believe he's got a lot of talent tonight. He's kind of learning the hard way. He's made a little bit of contact with a few competitors, but the only way you'll learn is by doing just that and making laps. He's out front with the lead right now, though, in 14 Junior, in his first ever B main in a limited modified. He's got the former Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner from 2015 of Cliff Tupper, barking on the back door to the 7cc of Williams, who does still ride in second, trying to dispose of him. The K1 of Guidry was leading his heat race earlier tonight, who rides back in the fourth and final spot, was leading his heat and caught some bad luck and had to center to the pit area. But it's good to see that the driver of the Pitcher Race Engine Powered Paul Davis Restoration number K1 was able to resurface out here for the B main as one takes a stroll into turn number 1 and may bring out the caution, and it appears that he will do so. And an interesting start, a questionable one, but nonetheless, the youngster Michael King Jr. going to lead the herd into turns 1 and 2. And he pushes and washes up the racetrack with the front end there. He gets it ironed back out, and he'll smash the throttle down the back straightaway. They're going to go door to door for the race lead. King Jr. still developing a push there to the center of the corner. Gets it ironed out. Down the front straightaway, flirting with disaster. Nearly scraping the front stretch wall. Car doesn't really like that top side of the racetrack, or it may just need to ride the entry just a little bit smoother, because he's just drifting right there to the center of the corner and turning left. The thing ain't going to work that way. Got to get that thing hiked up on that right rear. As Michael King Jr. showing some speed, showing some talent here. And there it is. There you go, Michael. You got the car executing perfectly there through 1 and 2 that time. Duly noted, the young man's just learning tonight. And laps like this and still in competition are going to play big dividends for this young man's racing career going forward. As I believe this young man is immensely talented. I believe he's going to be around for quite some time. And if he so desires to race late models in the future, I believe he'll be a competitor on that level as well. And he's showing it right now. He's going door to door with a 3-time winner here last season in the form of the K1 of Guidry out of Marksville, Louisiana. Right now, here comes Michael King. Michael King Jr. looking good tonight. The young man born in the state of Kentucky just moved down here to El Dorado, Arkansas last year. Bought himself a race car. Said, Mom and Dad, I want to go to the dirt track and I want to race. And boy, did he ever. 11 victories a year ago. Washing up the racetrack again with the white flag coming out this time by in front of the face of the 7cc of Williams out of Shongaloo. Tupper getting around, or trying to dispose of the 14 Junior again as we wrap this one up for the final time in the 3 and 4. Michael King drives it deep off into the corner. The good news is he'll go to the main event, whether he gets second, third, or fourth, and he's going to hold off the K1 of Guidry. What a performance for that young man. He grabs third at the line. 11th, 12th, 13th, maybe? Yep, there we go. Boom. Austin Storm, the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby in row 2. We're underway, and the lights are out. And Derek Grigsby getting bottled up earlier on tonight in his heat race. He showed that he had a hot rod, but nonetheless, he's got to be a little hot underneath the collar tonight as he'll roll down to the hub of the racetrack to the inside of the 5-star pin. Pin way up top where Grandpa keeps the real good bourbon. Way up there, we're trying to hide it from all the kids. Anyway, altitude down the back straightaway. The Missile from Marshall. And that beautiful wrap provided by Eric Scott, Superior Racing Graphics, and the True Love Law Firm, JCT Auto Sales. Number 69 sets his sights on Austin Storm, who rides in second. The 20 of the Harleton, Texas racer Brent Tidwell, who began his season down in Corpus Christi, Texas, with his teammate JoJo Wilhelm at the South Texas Speedway for Stephen Whitaker Jr. South Texas Shootout. And I hope to see, of course, if Whitaker continues on with that deal, of course, the inaugural Jerry Whitaker Memorial, kind of branded from the South Texas Shootout anyway. A superb field of competition represented each and every year down to Corpus, and I hope to see more of our guys come down. We saw quite a few this season come down, but I'd like to see just a few more each and every year, and Grigsby's one of those guys that should have his agenda dotted for that date next season as they head off into turns 1 and 2. Tidwell marching to the beat of his own drum here tonight. And And around went Casey Penn, an uncharacteristic mistake for Casey Penn. The Shreveport native comes to a stop and turns 1 and 2, and no choice but the caution for the caution flag to fly. Oh my goodness. His work cut out for him here in a B main, not typically where he'd find himself, and not really typically the kind of performance you would expect out of Casey Penn. But hey, he has another shot at it. We're back underway off of 4. Into turns 1 and 2.
Some little kid found it.
All right. I'll bring it in front of when I go down to the crowd. I'll, if anybody tries to claim that when they don't have any use for it, I don't know. Into 1. Here comes the missile from Marshall. Down the back straightaway, and all of a sudden Casey Penn becomes a player. He throws his hat into the ring. Maybe he's finally found his niche. He's feeling himself now around the Boothill Speedway. They're 3 wide for second. Grigsby washed the front end out from underneath that IRP Effect Series chassis number 69, that time off of 4. Hill's trying to straighten it, iron it back out through 1 and 2 again. Man, it is just way too high up there. A little too far out. Trying to grab the cushion. Grigsby can run the top side with the best of them here at Boot Hill. It'll work enough for him to hold on to the 4th and final transfer spot as Penn race car number 27. So we'll turn the lights out, and it's up to Dean Rasco to light the candles and get the party started off of 4 and underway off of 4. Your factory stock main event here at Boothill Speedway. First event of the 2019 campaign is underway, and throw a blanket over the entirety of the field if it's big enough. Off of 2 down the back chute to lead. Low boy. Rasco nearly got parked down the backstretch. Slammed the door shut right on the face of the new Boston, Texas youngster of Andrew Rossum as Dean Rasco and Colt 45. His father, very well respected Tommy Rasco. Many races competed around the Arklatex over the years. And Tommy was in the hospital last week, so you know that Dino wants to get this thing in victory lane tonight. And the caution flag will come out early on in this one as Rasco out the diehard fans. These are the best fans in the state of Louisiana. We'll go as far as Texas, too. We're right about a stone's throw from it anyway. We're back underway in your factory main event. I thought they were about that. I'd keep your eyes on 36J. He's already fitting and going 3 wide. He's about 10th. Oh, nope. He about got taken out by Nicholas Kirby there. Kirby. And Whitehead says, well, he tried to serve me, but he ain't going to be able to get the job done off of 4. Back out up front, taking a stab at the inside for the race lead. It's Club 20, inside of Colt 45. Dean Rasco. Oh. Jesus. In the pits back there's a light pole, and if you could find that light pole, that's where the turn started down there. I'm telling you, they drive all the way to the woods. Lights are out. We're back underway here at Boothill Speedway in the 2019 opener. Oh goodness, Paul Lopez got really cattywampus on the start. He's able to corral it. They're back off into 1. A push up from the front end of the Colt 45 allows the Club 20 to get a run to his back bumper down the back straightaway off of 2 and into 3. Rossum still holding on to a respectable 3rd. Greenwood putting pressure on the 4th place driver of Paul Lopez as he'll go to the inside of him off of turn number 4. Here comes 56 of Hushelpeck. He'll throw his hat into the ring and become a player. Everybody looking to be tucking and vying around the hub of the racetrack here in Greenwood so far tonight, and the round goes Rossum in 92. Staying on the throttle. Come on, Andrew. He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Yeah, he's done.
Lights are out. We're back underway here at Boot Hill with Dean Rasco out front trying to fend off a strong field of competition tonight. Back underway into 1. Here comes Princeton, Louisiana's Paul Lopez. Lopez will roll to the outside of the Club 20 at Kemp, having his best run here at Boot Hill in quite some time. Perhaps one of the most overdue drivers for a victory here in the Arklatex is the 5 car of Lopez, who has never went to victory lane. And Neil Kemp all over the rear deck lid or the rear bumper to the Colt 45 of Rasco, who stays tucked right around the hub of the racetrack to the outside of the skidder tires. You couldn't fit the Holy Spirit between the front and the back bumper to the Colt 45 and the Club 20 right now as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's heating up into turn number 3. Here comes Kemp to the outside of Dean Rasco for the race lead. Off of 4, and Neil Kemp's going to take it away from Colt 45. Dean Rasco up to the challenge. He'll fight back tooth and nail to the inside of him. They're 3 different lanes wide back here for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions. Down the back chute, Whitehead now throwing his hat into the ring and gives a little shot in the shorts there to the 5 car of Lopez. They're able to corral it and hold on to the wheel as they roll off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Neil Kemp maybe trying to check out on him now. Just as I say, he makes a liar of me as Colt 45 had a pretty good run there, loses some ground off of exit though.
Almost died. Whoa.
Seeing a factory's not getting to it. Flip.
Neil Kemp.
A lot of places.
Look at this 3-wide battle off of 4. Down the front stretch, it's Cody Myers holding back the 56 of Hushelpeck and the 36J of Justin Whitehead. Whitehead's met his match here tonight. He met it in the form of Brandon Brown last night, his good friend. They work out of the same shop there in Hooks. Brown had a stellar performance at 67 Texarkana Speedway, the place where he picked up 8 dubs a year ago. He had 11 total. That was in. This is now, as it's Neil Kemp in Club 20. He is digging, set on KILL tonight here at the Hill. Set on kill at the Hill is Neil Kemp in Club 20. The Colt 45 of Rasco still rides a very solid second. And hats go off to RaceOnTexas.com Most Improved Driver of 2018. Showing up again and showing out. Finished 3rd last night after his victory last Friday night at Showtime Speedway. It's a lethal substance is confidence. And this young man has a lot of confidence right now. And it shows every time he hits the racetrack. They often say that once the first win comes, then the rest of them are easy. I don't know about that assessment. But to some degree, it's worked to this young man's benefit, scoring that win down in Manny. As Greenwald's still 3rd. The battle for 4th is a good one. It's Myers trying to take the 4th spot away from the 5 car, Paul Lopez. Hushelpeck, Daughtery getting around the 36J of Whitehead. As everybody seems to be nose to tail right now, with a few battles on the racetrack. The best one for the 4th spot with Myers around the hub in 55 and the 5 of Lopez. The center of the hourglass is starting to tick away for your race leader as they come off of turn number 4.
How many laps to go?
14 laps complete that last time at the line. 6 laps remain here at the Hill. 14 of the history books here at the Greenwood Oval. And it'll be 5 laps to go this time by at the flag stand for the driver of the Club 20 out of Kirby, Arkansas of Neil Kemp. Neil Kemp out front, walking the dog on his lonesome. And it's put about a half a track between he and himself and the Colt 45 of Rasco now. As Joshua Greenwald working down to his inside, trying to grab it. As he rolls back into turn 1 and down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The Club 20 going to receive 2 laps to go this time by at the flag stand. At absolute domination for the driver out of Kirby, Arkansas. One and a half laps to go when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway, and he will. And a stellar performance tonight to the white flag this time by. Final time in the turns 1 and 2 for the driver hailing out of Kirby, Arkansas, just south of Nashville. He'll roll through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, dominating a strong field of 45 plus factory stocks tonight. Three-wheel Neil Kemp back to victory lane in his first time ever here at Boothill Speedway. Getting ready to climb out of the Club 20 race car. His first ever victory here at the legendary Boothill Speedway, to my knowledge, I believe, in the Team 5 Enterprise. Club 20 out of Kirby, Arkansas, just south of Nashville, Arkansas. He's a man of a few words, but I think I might be able to get a few things out of him. So when he climbs out, race fans, your first victory lane celebration in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, getting ready to climb out. Yeah, don't take them from me. Thanks you, Kim. Just sit them right there if you don't mind. Getting ready to climb out. Give it up for him, race fans. Neil Kemp in victory lane. Boy, Neil, you checked in tonight with a strong field of competitors here. I'm sure you're here getting tuned up. You know, any night's a good night to get out here and get some laughs on this racetrack when $10,000 is on the line here later in the year. Let's face these great race fans. You had a hot ride tonight, man. Dean Rasco made you earn it there the first half of the race.
Yeah, I got into him there a couple times early, but shoot, just trying to roll in with him, and he's checking up a little early. Didn't mean to do it like that, but it was clean, just getting into him, getting in the corner a couple times.
I don't think there was much of it. Dean would probably go over here and shake your hand and tell you what a great race it was. Did the car feel as good as it looked from my vantage point?
It felt pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be a huge shot in the arm for you as well, you know, with everything you've been doing with these. I'm not sure how much time you can spend on the race car as much as you're spending on everyone else's shocks.
It's been crazy. I had to quit my day job to stay on shocks, and it's been nuts.
Been a blessing, though.
Yeah, big blessing.
Pretty awesome, man. Let's hear about all the great folks that help you out in this race car.
I got to start with, I crashed out last night at 67, and Chris Polomsky and Brandon Brown said, man, get it down here to Outlaw. We'll fix your door bars. I mean, it took the whole passenger side door bars out. I got there and stood around watching them work, you know.
Yeah.
And shoot, they good people.
Yeah.
Justin Whitehead, he's helped me a lot. He's shoot, I owe him money for all them bars, I'm sure, but John Mitchell helps me a lot. Swift Springs, they jumped on board the last couple years. Tommy Woody, he built this car for me. He's helped me a ton. Shoot, I could sit here all day and thank people.
Isn't it amazing how you could just be in the throes, just have a terrible night like you had last night, and a complete role reversal of how you had this night tonight?
Yeah, I told Thomas Woodruff text me, and I said, man, I really need a good night for the bad weekend I've already had, and it worked out.
You'll be a threat for 10 grand later in August, man. Congratulations on a heck of a run tonight.
Thank you very much.
Good up for him, race fans. Three-wheel Neil Kemp scores the victory tonight here in the factory stock. Sits in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, a 4-wide salute to you, the greatest fans in all of dirt racing. This is the Cap Cam Super Dirt Series presented by Lucas Oil. "40 laps the distance," a 4-wide salute to the greatest fans in all of dirt racing. We're going to put on a show for you. The best of the best in dirt late models going for 3 Speedway. They pace down the back straightaway. They'll go green turn 3 and 4. The Cap Cam Super Dirt Series presented by Lucas Oil. 40-lap feature event. Green flag. Billy Moyer Jr. Great start already in the turn number 1. BJ Robinson going to try to battle back. He's going to go to the middle. Here comes Stovall on the top. Him and Jackson going to go side by side for the 3rd spot. Jackson with a head of steam. He's going to bobble just a little bit. Here comes Stovall in the 00. Lap number 1. Who's going to get it? Billy Moyer holding the bottom. Here comes BJ Robinson, but give Mr. Smooth lap number 1. 1 down, 39 to go. Chad Malik going to pull at the infield, calling an early night. Billy Moyer leads. BJ Robinson 2nd. Stovall's made his way around Tony Jackson Jr. Stovall sets his sights on BJ Robinson. Mr. Smooth trying to stay smooth out front as we complete lap number 2. 2 down. 38 to go. That's right. 2 laps complete, 38 to go. Great battle now between Morgan Bagley and Gavin Landers. That's a battle for the 5th position. Stovall and Robinson still fighting it out for the 2nd spot. Stovall trying to find every inch of the racetrack that he can use. He's going to the top side now. Robinson going to hold the bottom, go right around the U-tires. 3 down, 37 to go. 3 down, 37 to go. Patrick Daniel already moving up through the field. Him and Hollywood Timothy Culp have a battle. Now Daniel side by side with Hunter Rasdon. Rasdon starting to march toward the front. Rasdon started outside row number 7. Started all the way back in 14th. Currently battling for the 10th position with Patrick Daniel. 4 down, 36 to go. 4 laps complete, 36 to go. It's all Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. Now Jesse Stovall has cleared the one of B.J. Robinson. He's going to have to make up a half a straightaway if he's going to catch Billy Moyer. Moyer trying to get win number 838. Six laps complete, 34 to go. 6 laps complete, 34 to go. Field's starting to go single file. Billy Moyer Jr. is going to be one of those guys jumping to the top side. He's going to try to make it work. Try to spread this track out a little bit. Right now, Billy Moyer just on cruise control, staying smooth out front. 7 laps now in the books, 7 down. The Cop Cam Super Dirt Series at the Boothill Speedway here in Greenwood, Louisiana. It's all Billy Moyer right now. B.J. Robinson starting to make a charge back toward Jesse Stovall. Tony Jackson Jr. trying to make his way back into a podium spot. 8 laps complete, 32 to go. 8 down, 32 to go. Field pretty much single file right now. Couple battles throughout the track. David Payne, Charlie Cole battling it out. Ronnie Adams, Brad Couch, 2 locals battling it out. 9 down, 31 to go. 9 laps complete, 31 to go. Down through turns number 1 and 2. Kel Kasiski going to pull it to the infield. He's done for the night, it looks like. Billy Moyer not going to have to do any lap traffic just yet, but Charlie Cole, David Payne fighting out front as we are a quarter of the way through this one. 10 down, 30 to go. 10 laps complete, 30 to go. David Payne, Charlie Cole still fighting it out. Here comes Scott Krigler and Ronnie Adams. Now Krigler takes a look at the inside of Cole. They'll make a little bit of contact. We'll stay green, though. 11 laps complete, 29 to go. It has been all Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer so far in this one. Jesse Stovall second, B.J. Robinson third, Tony Jackson Jr. fourth, Gavin Landers runs fifth, Morgan Bagley sixth, Brian Rigman seventh, Timothy Culp eighth, as we have 12 laps complete, 28 to go. Ronnie Adams and Scott Krigler battling right there in front of your leader. Going to be interesting to see what happens here. Last night, lap traffic almost got Tony Jackson Jr. And now Billy Moyer going to have to deal with it. Track's pretty bottom dominant right now. Moyer going to slow up down the backstretch just a little bit, trying to distance himself from the lap traffic. Interesting to see what he's going to do here. Ronnie Adams, Brad Couch still finding out right in front of him. And then there's a battle of Charlie Cole and Scott Krigler as well. 14 down, 26 to go. Field is pretty much single file right now. Billy Moyer going to have to go to the middle of the racetrack, try to get by Brad Couch. Not able to get there yet. He's going to have to put together a charge in a turn number 1. Still not able to make it stick. Couch going to slide up just a little bit. Here comes Moyer. Moyer going to go down into turn number 3. Still trying to get through lap traffic. Here comes the Undertaker, Jesse Stovall. As we complete lap number 16, Stovall just 2.5 car lengths off of Billy Moyer. 16 down, 24 to go. Jesse Stovall started outside row number 2. Moyer started on the pole. Catman John Mitchell pulls it to the infield. He's done for the evening. 17 complete, 23 to go. So caution on the speedway with 17 laps complete. Feature win and lead all 40 laps like Tony Jackson Jr. did last night. Moyer going to set the pace. He'll fire off turns 3 and 4. Cop Cam Super Dirt Series feature event back underway. Great start for B.J. Robinson. Robinson moves into the second position. Now he gets sideways right in front of the field. Everybody checks up. That hurts Rickman. Rickman going to lose 2 spots. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Hollywood Timothy Gold Hunter Rasden now. Rasden coming from the back, started 14th. He's marching his way to the front. He's almost into the top 5. 17 laps down. 17 down. 23 to go. Down the back straightaway, it's all Billy Moyer. He's got about 3.5, make it 4 car lengths on B.J. Robinson. 3 back to Jesse Stovall. 2 back to Tony Jackson. 1.5 back to Gavin Landers as we have 18 down. 18 down, 22 to go, almost to the halfway. B.J. Robinson right in front of Stovall. Stovall gets on the binders. That opens the door for Jackson. Jackson, though, had to get on the binders as well. Not sure if something's going on with B.J. Robinson's car or not. He is struggling the last few laps. 19 down, 21 to go. 19 laps complete, 21 to go. It is all Mr. Smooth up front. B.J. Robinson second. Jesse Stovall third. Tony Jackson fourth. Gavin Landers fifth. Morgan Bagley sixth. Hunter Rasdens gained 7 spots. He currently runs 7th. Brian Rickman 8th. Kyle Beard runs 9th. And the C8 of Hollywood Timothy Culp rounds out your top 10. So we're just past the halfway point in this one. 21 laps down, 19 to go. Just past the halfway point. It's been all Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. Patrick Daniel pulls it to the infield. He's calling into his night. 22 down, 18 to go. 22 down. Debris on the backstretch. Debris on the backstretch. This time by. Billy Moyer sets the base, fires off. Cop Camp Super Dirt Series feature event back underway. He'll lead us back into turn number 1. B.J. Robinson gonna try to figure out something the next few laps. Moyer just so smooth, proving why he has the nickname. As Billy Moyer runs the low side in turn 3 and 4. Everybody kind of playing follow the leader right now. 23 laps down, 17 to go. I want to know who the first person to step out's going to be. B.J. Robinson closing in on Billy Moyer now. Carling down the back straightaway. Robinson just a little bit better in turns 1 and 2. Moyer seems a little better in 3 and 4. Not that time, though. Robinson is coming. 24 complete, 16 to go. 24 down, 16 to go. Down the back straightaway, Billy Moyer opens up the gap to about 2.5. Carlings make it 3 into turn 3 and 4. B.J. Robinson doing all he can. Did he conserve enough tires for this one? 25 down, 15 to go. 25 laps complete, 15 to go. Billy Moyer going to open up the gap a little more as Robinson bobbles out of turn number 2. Now Robinson going to drive it in deep in turns 3 and 4. Try to just hug the bottom as much as he can as Billy Moyer continues to lead. 26 complete, 14 to go. Billy Moyer leads down the back straightaway, continues to open up the gap on B.J. Robinson. It's up to about 4 car lengths as Kosiski moves it to the infield. He's going to call it an end of the night for him as 27 laps now complete. Just 13 laps remain. Moyer going to take a little bit of higher groove that time, try to get a better run off of turn 3 and 4, and it works out well for him. 28 down, 12 to go. 28 down, 12 to go. Down the back straightaway, another car pulls into the infield. That's Brad Couch. Believe he's going to call it done for the rest of this one. 29 complete, 11 laps remain. 29 down, 11 laps to go. Down the back straightaway. Now it's a half a straightaway advantage for Billy Moyer. B.J. Robinson still second. Stovall third. Tony Jackson Jr. fourth. 10 laps remain. 30 complete, 10 to go. Make it 31 complete, 9 to go. 9 laps remaining in this Kyle Camp Super Dirt Series feature event here at Boothill Speedway in Greenwood, Louisiana. B.J. Robinson might have showed his cards a little too early. Drove back up to the second spot. After starting there, he had fallen back early in this one. 32 down, 8 to go. It has been all Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. I need the 33 complete. 33 complete, 7 to go. 33 down, 7 to go. Billy Moyer approaching lap traffic with just 6 laps remaining. 34 complete, 6 to go. It's been all Billy Moyer. Does B.J. Robinson have enough time? Can he catch him? Krigler drives it in deep on Adams. They almost make contact. 5 laps left. 5 laps remain in the Kyle Camp Super Dirt Series feature event here at the Boothill Speedway. Charlie Cole gives the leader courtesy. Moyer drives it into turns 3 and 4. Lap traffic in front of him not seeming to play too big of a problem. It's 36 complete, 3 to go. Billy Moyer works down the back straightaway. In 3 and 4 to complete lap number 38. 2 laps remain. Gonna roll through turns 3 and 4 once again. Lap traffic still in front of him. Not a problem. White flag in the air. Cop Cam Super Series feature event. 1 lap remains for Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. Adams moves out of the way. Almost makes contact with Moyer, though, as he comes back down. Not sure what happened to Adams. Through turns 3 and 4 on the bottom. Your winner at the Cop Cam Super Series feature event at the Boothill Speedway is Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. Well, he dominated qualifying early on this evening, dominated his heat race, and now 838 wins to the Hall of Fame career. Ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner, Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. What a race. And we were talking earlier about how long it's been since you've ran here at the Boothill Speedway. What a race. And it's like you never left, just dominated the whole night.
We hit it pretty close, you know. We was a little off last night, and we haven't had the car out, you know. We ran in December up there in the Dome, and haven't run since then, so we just trying to knock the rust off a little bit, trying a few new things, and last night we was a little off, but still run second. We had a lot of luck go our way last night to get second, but tonight we hit everything pretty good, so real happy with the car. And you know, my pit guys, man, we had a late night last night, and then we went to Ronnie's there, and you know, they helped us a lot all day getting another car ready or ready to take home to work on, and just can't say enough about all their help. With BJ helped me know, down in these places I haven't been before, a little bit of gear information, tire information, it all helps.
Yeah, what does win 838 mean to you?
I didn't think that'd ever happen, you know, in my wildest dreams, you know. Back when I started, if I won 10, I thought I'd be AJ Foyt or something, but it's pretty cool. Just keep plugging along.
Yeah, absolutely, a dominating fashion. Once again, your feature winner, Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. We'll catch up with our second place finisher, who Billy just mentioned a few moments ago. If there's anything to know about a Black Diamond chassis, it's by this guy. I know he was trying really hard to get the win for his hometown crowd. Second place finisher out of Bossier City, Louisiana, BJ Robinson. Now, BJ, what was it going to take to catch Billy?
Just to be a lot better. There's not, when you're racing against guys like him and Stovall, and there was probably 15 cars here, maybe 20 that could have won the race anywhere we go. So anytime you can run second or third, even with the classic people that are here, it's a big accomplishment.
What does it mean to do so well in front of your home crowd here? I know you wanted to get the win, but you're so close to home. A lot of Black Diamond Chassis, got all the folks from Black Diamond Chassis here, and you come home with a second place finish. Got to feel good about that, especially after finishing second in points last year. Good points night.
Yeah, like I say, anytime you can race this close to home, it's always fun, and glad everybody stayed and watched. Can't thank all the people that helped on the car, David Peterson and his whole family, Army Contracting, Harmon's Towing and Recovery, Black Diamond, Advanced Powder Coating, Comp Cams, Jack and Chris for taking on a new adventure, and hopefully everything keeps going like this. All
right, once again, your second place finisher, BJ Robinson. And then your third place finisher, we just had this conversation last night out of Billings, Missouri, the Undertaker, Jesse Stovall. Jesse, you were trying to make every inch of this track work. That's become a common thing with you. But what was it going to take to beat both of these guys?
Well, the track just got one lane there, and there really wasn't much any of us could do after that. I mean, the first 4 or 5 laps there, I was making some ground and passed, got to where I got, and then it just kind of started cleaning up and rubbering up, and that just is what it is. But, just part of dirt racing, and sometimes it's what you get.
So you've had a first, a third, and a third in the first 3 races of 2019 early season here. What does that mean for your 2019 season going forward?
I mean, it's not too bad. If you're in the top 3 every night, that's, like BJ said, with the crowd that we're racing against, it's just all's left is the good guys, that seems like, and just a heck of a group of racers to race with each and every night.
All right, once again, your third place finisher, Jesse Stovall.
They always support 4,000.
5, yeah, for 1,000 tonight is what I'm saying. Limited modified main event is underway here at the Boothill Speedway, and it should be a good one as they hustle off into turns 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here, as Justin Whitehead was dominant last night at 67 Texarkana Speedway, and he'll roll down to the inside of Tommy Williams Jr., the Dallas-Fort Worth area race, and everybody's tucked and vying for that hub of the racetrack right now. You want to call the race? You can sit right there. As down the back straightaway off the exit of turn number 2 is a head off into 3 and 4. Whitehead going to use the middle lane of the racetrack, and the yellow. Wait. What? That's why you take that earplugs. Ingles sliding up in front of the nose of the number 36J of Whitehead. He'll take the second spot. Here comes Ricky Ingles. Ricky Ingles driving a little pissed off right now. Feels like may have lost something there in the factory earlier. He did, in fact, lose a motor, it appeared. And last weekend, he came home second to Denny Gabar in the main event at Lone Star Speedway. One of the factory stock. Was looking to duplicate that type of performance tonight. But he had to throw the factory on the trailer in that new laser race car for Joe Best Motorsports. Tonight, the limited modified looking good, and he gets in there a little hot. Everybody tiptoeing around the hub of the racetrack. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? The 81 of Ricky Ingles trying to walk through the threshold as the caution flag. Everybody's ready to fire on back up. Thank y'all of you great diehard fans. For those that are left, y'all are the diehards. Thank you so much for choosing Boothill as your racing destination. Lights are going out, we're back underway. Also going back off in the first one. Oh, contact with 36J in the 25 into 1 and 2. Off and 2 down the back straightaway. 36J fires a bullet into 3. Trying to go back to back and sweep the weekend here from home at Texarkana, and tonight here at the Hill. 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner Justin Whitehead. Whitehead rolling like a yo-yo with no string right now. Looking pretty good after he dominated at Texarkana last night. I mean, I kid you not, in respect to his competition, there's not a whole any other way to put it. He annihilated him last night. As the 7-time Cajun Classic champion is really coming on strong, and he certainly appears to like the feel of this brand new Express race car built by Shane Hebert from Lafayette, and Michael King Jr. is going to try to get it fired, and he won't. Caution will come out for 14 JR. I believe he just turned 16 years old. 16 years of age, and he's out there willing and dealing it. Lights are out. We're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway off of 4. Oh boy, they're going 3 wide here, about mid-pack on the restart. They just crossed underneath the flag stand. It's the 90 of Davidson. And the cheese just about slid all the way off the cracker. Rolling through 3. It's out front, 36J Whitehead. 170 victories to the good since the start of 2012. I don't believe any other driver in the US of A has more wins than driver 36J in any division, on any circuit, any class style of car in the United States in motorsports. I kid you not. Other than Mike Nichols and IMCA stock cars, I would love to see these two go head-to-head. 2 of the top dominant stock car drivers in the country. And right now, Whitehead showing what he's got with the spoiler and the limited modifieds here at the Boothill Speedway, as he's got pressure from Ricky Ingles in 81. Ingles will punch time clock. He'll go to work. He'll bring his stamps, and he'll send it into turn number 3. Ingles tucked right around the hub, trying to hold serve with the 36J, who is meticulously working the hub and working it well tonight. So down the back straightaway, the top two cars kind of separating themselves from the rest of the field here, as Tommy Williams Jr. trying to fend off racing Jason Ingles, last night's IMCA modified main event winner at the 67 Texarkana Speedway. A dominant run last night after he was able to get around David Winslet about midway in that one and checked out through the keys on the counter. And here comes Ingles. Ricky Ingles trying to find something. It seems like he's found a strip of traction right about a half a lane higher than what Whitehead's able to run on the track. Whitehead is smooth, a very smart racer, feels that pressure. He tries to step up a line, a little bit of a shot there. Whitehead has to feel the pressure. He undoubtedly felt Ricky give him a little tap there in the tail tank. Ricky's not just going to run in there and run you up out of the way, but he's undoubtedly going to make you earn this victory. Whitehead slid way up top, kind of trying to find a little bit more moisture up there, or a little bit more traction. He can find it. He separates himself by about a car length and a half to 2 into 3. Whitehead looking good tonight. Now Ingles, speaking of Jason off of 4 as they head off into 1, all over the 25C of Tommy Williams, and here comes Ricky. Everywhere you look, it's an Ingles. Ingles are doing what they do. Ricky Ingles had a good race car, started his year down in Corpus Christi a few weeks ago, and had a good car. Made a lot of moves early on in that race. Picked up about 5 or 6, unfortunately. Lost a right rear, and just wasn't able to really pick up anything from that point. He said the car just got really, really tight on him. I believe that's 5 to go. I believe it'll be 5 laps to go. As they hit off of 2, set their sights on turn number 3 down the back straightaway. Whitehead has to, oh boy, he moved up way high that time. Opened up the door, but just enough best engine power underneath, built by Chuck Priestley. It's going to catapult him around the Boothill Speedway and keep the 81 at bay. Ingles keeps flirting with the inside of the number 36J, but he tells him once again to sit down and please take a seat. Ingles will disobey him again off of 4 and tries to give him another run, but he can't get the job done. It's going to come down between 36J and 81 tonight. One little mistake will be the difference in whoever drives theirself to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane on this dirt track Saturday night special with the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series late models headlining the events tonight in front of a huge crowd here in Greenwood, Louisiana. 2 laps to go, shown from veteran flagman Keith Parker into 1. And Ricky Ingles may very well go ahead and crinkle in that left rear quarter. I said he won't drive through him, but he may rattle his cage for 1,000 to win. Ingles, he's there. White flag coming up this time by. Will he give Whitehead a little bit of a shot? Once again, these guys 1 and 2 in last year's 10,000 win King of the Hill. The roles are reversed about 5 months, or about 6 months after the fact. And a different style of car, different class, but tonight for 1,000 to win. It's the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, going to dominate in the Arklatex. He wins last night at Texarkana. He wins tonight at Boot Hill. Justin Whitehead back to ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, and a flawless performance this weekend.
Kid is a savage, man.
Work any better, this will fire up Justin for sure. As he held back everything that Ricky Ingles was able to throw at him. So a 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner and a factory stock here at the Hill. And last August won 10 grand here. He's got to be fired up. Give it up for him, racing as everyone left in the house for Justin Whitehead and 36J. Boy, you know, last night, man, I said that I had to fire you to have, you know, let's stand over here to make sure the mic doesn't cut out. Man, last night had been really fired up to get that win at Texarkana. You got a lot of laps over there. You had to earn that one over Skeet. Tonight, Ricky Ingles gave you everything. You really were searching around the racetrack there in the late going, man, this has to really fire you up.
Yeah, we had a real good car. Don't think it's as good as we could have had, but I couldn't explain how much I wanted to win in one of these at this place, and I finally got it done.
You know, I was telling the fans a few moments ago, if Monday morning everybody may look over the results, or maybe not look at the results, you say, well, Whitehead won again this weekend. They would assume that probably you dominated in the factory stock. You had a good weekend in the factory stock, or had a pretty good showing, but, you know, man, as good as this thing was, boy, this is what you've been striving for, isn't it?
Man, after the few weeks we've had, we're just glad to be able to load them both in the trailer with no damage.
How much have you really wanted to win here in the Limited, though?
Oh, so bad. I really want a big race here, so we learned a lot for tonight, so hopefully we can apply that for the 5,000.
Did you expect it to be this good, though? I mean, this Express race car has been really good.
Man, I can't ask for more out of Shane. He's been a great help.
we butt heads on some things, but we meet in the middle, and it's been awesome.
Ever worried at any point when Ingles showed you the nose there, and early on Tommy Williams Jr. kind of got out front on you?
No. I mean, I really didn't think I had any thought of that. I had third place car and then drove around him on the top, and I felt great. But I'm going to thank my sponsors, Sames Ford, Race on Texas, Landrum Performance Springs, Team 5, WW Timber, Borderline Septic, Hideaway Towing, Express Race Cars, A&T Delivery, Pro One Transmission, Best Engines, of course. They are the best.
Flawless domination tonight for you, Justin.
Thank you.
All weekend long, he dominates again here in the Arklatex. This time, he's in the Express Chassis 36J Limited Modified. Justin White does what he does, and he scores back-to-back victories between Texarkana and here at Boot Hill. For Hickman in car number 39, BJ Cook in car number 43, Jeffrey Boucher in car number 4, and I need to get my eyes checked, and that's it. The lights are out. We're underway off of turn number 4 at Boot Hill. So my main event is underway here at the legendary Oval in Greenwood, and Chase Hatton, the Mad Hatter, SME's got a shot in the shorts and pull it down the infield in the 211. Opening lap. Vic Jr. has pressure down to the back door of him by the 87 of Chase Hatton, who's going to step to the outside of the Boothill Speedway. Here comes Chase Hatton. Chase Hatton going to roll the outside, and hello, how you doing, Doug Vic? And the caution flag waves. Checking the ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. But that's why you run the duration of it. We'll see what he has in store for Doug Vic. Block him to the outside of him. Lights are out. We're back underway. Here comes Hatton. They roll down the inside for the race lead off of 2 as they head their sights into turn number 3. Here comes the Mad Hatter. Look out. Oh, boy, and that's what you got to watch out for. And here comes DuPont. Boy, the Pro Mod class has grown by leaps and bounds over the offseason and towards the tail end of the 2018 campaign. Spoke with Mike Washington on the RaceOnTexas.com hotline, and he was he spoke highly of the 57 car. He said, just wait to see who's driving my old car. Well, living up to the promises that Mike kept, Chad DuPont looking awfully chaddish. Oh boy, look out Randy Dolan. Oh my goodness. Woo, he corralled that bad boy. Thought we were about to have a Walmart and a Target parking lot. As they set their sights down the back straightaway, Vic Jr. flipped the switch. Vic Jr. felt the pressure. He's about to got the door rolling off the 4 car. Look out, Doug. Oh boy. Oh, it's getting wild out here. Doug Vic Jr. going to send them to the point in 3 and 4 and get this one back underway. Oh boy, Chase Hatton went up and went, and that was not, oh boy. For a couple of years. The list could go on, but right now tonight here in Greenwood, it's Doug Vic Jr. over Chase Hatton and Chad DuPont, a newcomer. We're back underway. Chase Hatton, Chase just overdriving his race car. Just a little too hard there. Well, let's watch this race together, Jonathan. All before we're back underway in your Pro Mod main event. It. Good job, man. 5. Yeah, that's right. Into 1. It's Doug Vic Jr. out front with the race lead right now in car number 4. The number 57 of Chad DuPont living up to what Chad does. And the 87 car is storming in like gangbusters. How about the number 87 of Chase Hatton? He is driving back to the front with his head on fire right now. 87 rolling back to the front, hot underneath the collar. halfway. 9 laps to go this time by the line, unless we go in 15. Should be a 20-lap distance event tonight, but not sure if we're going 15 or if it's changed because I've been down here in the stand. Down the back straightaway and approaching turn number 3. Also, I'd recommend turning the mic gain for my mic down because I turned it up before I went down here. I hope it's not distorted. Anyway, into 1. It's Doug Vick Jr. holding off the 57 of Chad DuPont. The dominant car from a season ago with Doug Vick Jr. Isn't it interesting how these two cars are the ones typically running 1 and 2 on the racetrack at all times throughout the year. And they find themselves in that same position as driver 27 Washburn has his hands full now with the A7 of Chase Hatton. Hatton has a hot rod tonight. Off of 4, down the boulevard they come to. Next time, I believe it'll be Chad DuPont driving that number 57 like a madman, Your Honor. It's 2 laps to go this time by. Look out, Doug Vick. He rolls down to the inside of lap traffic. The 57 car, DuPont, just lost a lot of steam. Oh, boy. Wow. Lap traffic spinning right in front of your leader, Doug Vick Jr. off the exit of corner number 2 and about bottled the field up. 57 or the 27. I don't want to confuse him. Oh, look out, Chad DuPont. You got it.
It's definitely the car with the 4 on it.
All right. So headed down the back straightaway on the restart. Bockham. Oh boy, look out, Josh Bockham. Bit the concrete as the white flag comes out this time by. Into 1 and 2 for the final time. And down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, this time by to the line. Doug Vick Jr. goes back to Boothill Speedway, Victor Lane to open up 2019. Here, follow me. Oh, we got to fix his door, huh? Old Vic. Old Vic, he'll get to Victor Lane in any form or fashion. Tonight we're going to have to push the old sheet metal in. Doug, you got a little sheet metal work to do this week, but we got Jonathan down here helping you. Hey, give it up for him, race fans. Everyone left in the house for Doug Vick Jr. in car 4V. Boy, Doug, a couple cautions in that one, man. But you open up right where you left off, winning the track title a year ago. Chase Hatton had a bad, fast race car tonight. You know, a few, but nonetheless, you did what Doug does. You held on.
We're glad to be back. I got to thank Big Show. He built this car from the ground up, and Alan, and my dad, everybody helps. Bob, a bunch of help to get here this week.
This class has grown by leaps and bounds, man. It's nice to have a little bit, some different competition out here as well.
Oh yeah, they're getting better for sure.
Absolutely. Chad DuPont had a hot rod tonight.
Yeah, I was excited to see him here. I don't think I've ever raced with him.
Let's hear about all the folks who help you out in the race car. I know that you work hard at your regular job throughout the week to get out here to get out here to do what you love to do.
I got to thank Big Show. He put this car together in about 2 weeks. He built the cage, the whole thing, and that's a whole factory stock motor we got in here.
One of these days, maybe you'll let him get back out there and have some fun.
Not before long.
Congratulations, Doug. Heck of a run tonight.
Thank you.
Doug Vick Jr. back in Victor Lane. Four-cylinder main event is underway off of 4, the 29 of John Lafitte, the 60 of Jason Pelikakis, David Vosbury in the 00. Oh, look out, Austin DuPont right in front of the field. And somehow the green is staying out. If they're out of harm's way, we'll keep rolling and strolling. And the final race of this dirt track Saturday night. And Vosbury going to go way up top that time in the 00 car. John Lafitte going to leave him just enough room on the outside of the racetrack. So the four-cylinder main event should be a good one regardless. You never know what to expect when it comes to these cats. As Vosbury trying to get his first win here at the Boothill Speedway. The young man, I mean, look, has grown by leaps and bounds.
There's been a few people lose their keys, and there's a lady in the parking lot looking for some now, so if anybody finds.
Oh, Michael Hudson goes for a ride down the front stretch. Uh-oh. Hard into the front stretch wall. That looked synchronized. Get the party restarted, the final race of the opening night to lift the lid of the 2019 season. And it's David Vosbury, who has stormed out of the gate like a big shot tonight. And Vosbury going to lead them down to the point. And last night's winner at Showtime Speedway, Brittany Shireen, throws her hat into the ring. And Miss Triple X going to be a factor here. The reigning track champion of the number 14. Here comes Collier. And oh my, down the back straightaway. Did Vosbury lose power? They're 3 wide for the race lead into turns 3 and 4. Oh my, hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. They're 3 wide off of turn number 4. The four-cylinders trying to put on a show, and they are. Goodness gracious, in the 1. The 00 slides way up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon that time, and he'll head down the back straightaway. All of a sudden, Michael Hudson throws his hat into the ring as well. Big Mike Hudson. Down the front chute, Vosbury relinquishing several spots. And Vosbury just lost power, and he'll come to a stop at the top of turns 1 and 2 and 14. Send him to promoter school, though. He's still rolling. Send him to promoter school, trying to get out of harm's way. And the 14, a call, you're going to get out of harm's way and keep us under the green flag. It's Brittany Shireen looking strong, and here is your caution. So we'll see if the young lady out of Shreveport, Louisiana can hold on from here. Back on the way and heading back off into turns 1 and 2. Mark Wittig to the outside of the 190 on Big Mike Hudson. Into turn number 3. Talking to, that's the funnest part about it, is everyone late in the night when there's not many folks left, it's the last race, everybody's like, who are you talking to? It's like, well, I'm talking to the diehard fans, the few that are left in the house, and well, that's my job. I got to keep talking until the fat lady sings anyway. And for all the folks, and tough break for Brittany Shireen. She just, oh boy, she got to be careful coming down the track like that. Tough break for Brittany Shireen as she just broke, and her night goes up in smoke. Yeah, you gotta certainly put some respect on all these cats' names out here. They waited all night to get to this point to get out here and race in front of the few fans that are left, and everybody will end up watching, of course, on raceontexas.com on demand. Oh, look out, Mark Wittig. What a save. What a save by Wittig in the 1. Unbelievable. The caution flag will wave. Drives and the rear wheel drives is a whole nother story.
See you later.
Bye, Dad. Love you. So Mike Hudson and then Mazda 3. Eddie Brewer out of Atlanta, Texas has got something rolling up top in the number BC car, the red one with 2 laps to go. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let's get the good out of it, Boothill. What do you say we have a photo finish for the last race of the night? If you think this doesn't mean everything to these cats on a night where Billy Moyer wins here at Boothill for the first time in quite some time, and here comes the BC. Oh, baby. Final time in the turns 1 and 2. Big Mike Hudson has his hands full. Into 1 and 2. The Atlanta, Texas racer Eddie Brewer trying to snatch one away on the final lap. He'll have to get on the throttle. That rotary 199 power of Michael Hudson in the Mazda. Here comes Brewer. He'll drive it all the way back to Interstate 20 off of turn number 4 to the line. It's the photo finish, the best finish of the night. Oh my goodness. and Mike Hudson beats him by about a half a car length. I think that if Eddie would have kept the momentum up and not tried to Ricky Craven him like they did at Darlington in 02 with Kurt Busch, I think they would have had. That was a pretty exciting race. Pretty exciting. That's why I always say you never want to leave till the fat lady sings. So for everyone left in the house, this gentleman tonight, man, come on out of it there. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, left in the house. Give it up for Mike Hudson in 199. Well, Mike, you know, if we could look into the future and know that you guys are going to put on a great race like that, we may have to throw you all the way up to the top of the docket there. What a race coming down to it that BC of Atlanta, Texas racer Eddie Brewer gave you all your worth.
That's a tough one right there, and that race on Texas, I go back and look and see what actually happened. I can't even remember.
Hey, that was a lot of fun. I mean, that had to be probably the most thrilling finish you've had since you've been in these cars.
That was a good one right there. It really was. You know how hard it is to get an appointment with you down here? This is tough.
Hey, man, I'm always down to be down here after a race like that. That was pretty phenomenal and a lot of fun to watch. It'll be even fun to watch on Race on Texas on demand as well. Who you want to thank for getting you out here tonight?
Well, back to my pit crew, Michael and Josh, Stonewall Transmission, Green Acres Automotive, and Bill's Record. And I really want to thank Race on Texas. That's one of the best things.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. We do it for guys like you. You can go back and watch it and see what you did or what you didn't do wrong.
Exactly.
Hey, this still gets a young man like you, your blood flowing pretty good, doesn't it?
There you go.
Great.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Mike Hudson scores the win tonight. Fun and thrilling finish.